Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Wrestling RHAPup podcast. I'm your host, Mari Forth, and with me, as always, my co-host, my tag team partner, the Sheamus to my Cesaro, Mr. Matt Scott. Matt, how you doing? Has
I
the
wasn't
bar been
ready for that.
raised
The bar
today?
has been raised. Wow, I wasn't ready for that. But Seamus is our friend. He tweeted us that
Friend of the
one
pod.
time. He tweeted
Yes.
us a great picture of him and Drew that one time with the
Yes.
fingers in the mouth. For those who might not remember, and so yeah, I'm happy to be Seamus. Great, great, great chap.
Yes. Whenever we
Absolutely.
can bring up Sheamus, we will bring up Sheamus. How was your week, Matt? I mean, we saw each other earlier this week.
Like 2 days ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a busy. It's been a weird week. Like this is definitely. It's weird because it's like it feels like a pandemic week, even though like it also doesn't feel like a pandemic week with
Yeah.
things opening up. I don't know what time is still. I think that that's a problem that we're going to probably be suffering with for a long time. But great
We
week.
don't need time. Time
Great. We don't need
irrelevant.
it. We don't need time. We don't need timers or countdown down clocks or anything like that.
Yeah.
But Mari, how's your week been?
It's been good. I think it's because of the holiday. You know what I'm saying? We like
Yeah.
I have a
Ugh.
long weekend. I don't know if you have a
Yeah,
long
I
weekend,
do.
but it like when you're looking forward to that long weekend, the rest of the week is just like you're just trying to get to the weekend. And then we had the BB23 cash dropped
We
on
did.
Thursday. So it's been like so much excitement in the last 2 days. If you guys have been paying attention to the YouTube stream or our podcast feed, we dropped a BB23 cast assessment, a wrestling cast assessment. So it was really fun. We compared the cast members of BB23 to wrestlers. And today that will pay off because if you stick around
Yeah.
to the end, you'll see a simulation. We'll do a simulation battle royale that'll give us our winner picks for the season. So,
That's right. Not our winner picks,
yeah,
but the rest, like our winner picks as the
the
wrestling
randomly
wrap up.
generated
So that's
winner
the
picks.
disclaimer. That's the disclaimer of
Yeah,
we'll see how this turns out and works out. But yeah, that'll be
exactly.
really great to have those wrestling wrap up winner picks again, one man and one woman because gender roles in WWE video games are really limited, and but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and so we're excited. So yeah, it's gonna be BB23 season. Plus, it's we're wrestling. We're on the. I don't want to keep saying on the road because I feel like that's WrestleMania.
We're
But
always on the road,
I know we're gearing up for Money in the
ironically.
Bank.
Yeah.
So so it's been good. Wrestling and Big Brother. Always good to have extra things to watch. Um,
But then they go together too. You have peanut butter and jelly, other things that go together, and wrestling and Big Brother. And I think that we proved that a couple of days ago. That
I
was a
think we
really
proved that.
wild episode, by the way, of this
Yes,
podcast. Like very niche audience, I think. Or maybe
very
it's for
much.
everyone. Who knows?
Yeah, go check it out. Make you decide. You decide if that that was something for you.
Yeah,
Um
and let us know too if you want to see us do it again. I for other shows, I feel like we probably will just because it was like a lot of fun.
it
But
was
let
so
us
much
know if
fun.
you
Yeah.
actually want to watch because that's kind of a little important detail.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So we did get an email this week. So
Oh,
love when we hear from you. We got
yeah.
an email from Joe
Mail
asking.
time. Sorry. I'm just
Is that copyrighted? We are on YouTube now.
I'm
Don't
trying to get
forget.
these videos taken down on purpose. That's the goal. Just start singing and hope that it's good enough for YouTube to pull us down.
To mute
No,
it, right?
yeah, to mute it.
Um,
That's such an honor. But yes, Joe
yes,
emailed us.
he emailed us saying, Fightful Select originally reported that Arturo Ruas and Marina Shafir were supposed to be a part of the Diamond Mine group on NXT before they were cut. Um,
Oh.
yeah. So the question is, what are our thoughts on the Diamond Mine, and do we think that new members will be added to the Diamond Mine? We just talked about Diamond Mine last week, so I think this is a perfect place to start. One of two factions that really showed out on NXT last week. Matt, what do you think about the Diamond Mine? They might add a woman, maybe? That was in the plans.
They didn't give us a lot with the Diamond Mine. Like, if I'm being honest, Joe, I don't really have a lot of thoughts on them because we just didn't see a lot, but it would be interesting to see more members added. I'm so glad that you emailed us and kind of pointed that out, because I feel like with a lot of these factions, like they could, I think they would all benefit from like having at least one woman there. And oftentimes we see like one signature woman, but we also have factions like, for whatever reason, I went back in my head to like I went back to Evolution. Oh, the Way. I love the Way, because the Way is like, we have the gender balance there.
Yeah,
and it's also something we haven't really seen before in that same way. Maybe we have, but like, again, I go back to Evolution, which was Ric Flair, Triple H, Batista, and Randy Orton. And I remember at the time thinking, like, is there going to be a woman who joins? I actually remember WWE Magazine, I think, teased like Stacy Keibler, who was just on the verge of like leaving WWE and going to do Dancing with the Stars as being a member potentially. And we didn't get that. So I am hyped if they do add women to this.
Yeah, I do like that. And it just, again, I think we'll talk about it a little bit more this week, but it just goes to show you that a lot of those cuts, I think we said it last week, a lot of those cuts were made without creative in mind. You know what I'm saying? I'm really starting to get that picture more and more as the weeks go along. But I could see maybe I think Zoe Stark would be a good addition to the Diamond Mine, because it has that, all their promos were kind of like a CrossFit gym, like, we're the buff guys, come join our CrossFit gym. Malcolm Bivens is hilarious, he's so good. So I think she would kind of slot right in there. So we'll see. This week on NXT, they had Roddy Strong had a match against Asher Hale, and he beat him. It was just like a good old squash match showing how good Diamond Mine is. So it looks like they're trying to establish them right now. So we'll see, we will see. Thank you for the question, Joe. And if you want to email us any long form questions, you can email us. You send your email to wrestling@RHAPhasawebsite.com. Matt, anything else before we really get into it? I guess we can go into our plugs. Where can the people come and find you?
Just simple, at Matt Scotchy W. Hit me up on Twitter. Feel free to slide into those DMs with your wrestling takes, or better yet, tag us at Wrestling RHAPup. Tag me and Mari on Twitter. Use hashtag Wrestling RHAPup. All of the things, just to kind of join the conversation. We'd love to hear from you when we hear from you. And I'll also just mention, before handing it over to you, Mari, the YouTube comments. Like, thank you everyone who's been leaving those comments. And honestly, I haven't like truly dived into them. I haven't divided into them, but I do like, I at least have appreciated the positivity of them. I think sometimes it's scary on the internet to see what people's comments are. And so thanks for those. And we'll probably start to dive more into those and maybe even read some of them on the podcast. The last thing I'll say, I always mention Job Has a Squadcast, the group on Facebook. If you want to be connected with the RHAP wrestling fandom, just let us know, and we could try to hook you up. Well, we have connects. We know people. Mari, where could people find you and other plugs that you want to drop?
You can always find me on Twitter at Mari Talks Too Much. That's 2 like the number 2. You can also find me on Stereo. Same thing. Mari Talks Too Much. If we ever do something special, a special Stereo pop-up show, if you follow me, you'll get notified every time I go live. So always feel free to follow us on Stereo. And it's the beginning of the month, so you know what that means. It's time to join the RHAP Patreon. You plenty of exclusives at the RHAP Patreon. We have Patreon exclusive podcasts, Patreon exclusive games, and just honestly a fun time. And it's the first of the month. You get your money's worth. Tell them the Wrestling RHAPup sent you. Please tell them the Wrestling RHAPup sent you. You can even unpatreon and then repatreon and then tell them we send you.
Yeah, you know what? Just do that. That. If you are patron, de-patron, and repatron, and we will thank you for that.
Yeah.
But make sure you mention us. That's the key point, I think.
Yes. So with that, I think we have I know we have a
Whoa.
very special guest.
Oh, we have a
So
guest today?
yes, we do.
What?
You know that because you're about to announce them.
I'm just adding to the drama here. So is it time for me to do my introduction, Mari? Hold on, I'm a little parched, you know.
Oh God.
Okay, ready to go. Making her way to the podcast, coming to us from the San Francisco area. She's on RHAP on all of the different shows. You could hear her pop up in different places. We were playing Mafia recently, still a traumatic experience. We're all getting over it. Yeah. She's on the Silent podcast, but you didn't know she's RHAP's legit boss, the Boomer Sooner. I think that's how it works. The Bay Area baddie, Sasha Joseph. Other things too. I'm just gonna bring you into the podcast right now. But yeah, you're here. Thank you for being here and being the Bay Area baddie.
I love that. I don't think I've ever been called a baddie before. Maybe because I've aged out of that. I don't know. But
no, never. You're always a baddie.
I love that. I'm going to clip that. And every time I walk into a room, Matt, that's what we'll be playing, just so you know now.
That's it. We'll make a theme song around it too. Like, I feel like there's a lot there.
As long as it's not copyrighted.
Yeah. Well, we'll do original. Don't worry.
Yeah. We'll try.
Sasha, thank you so much for being here. The Wrestling RHAPup welcomes you. And as always, we got to ask our guests, what is your level of expertise? What is your fandom? Are you casual? Did you used to watch? Are you watching now? Let the people know.
The people want to know.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Honestly, my cousin reminded me that I actually used to watch WWF. Actually, basically every day after school. And every time people would come over, like I would want to try out all the moves on them. So my poor cousin, who's 9 years younger than I am, like has definitely been.
Where's this go? Oh no!
Yeah, your cousin reminded you because they were scarred.
Yes. So she's been chokeslammed a few times. I will say, it's fine. We're very close, but and I hit puberty pretty quick, so I was able to like wrestle with the boys. So we never bullied girls, but very much boys only. We were feminist in the making, as you can tell. But so I used to like watch all of these shows, and I can do the rock eyebrow. So
do the rock. Give us the. Oh yeah, that's a good eyebrow right there. Great for podcasting too. I'm sure that it comes across in the audio.
People imagine.
That's why you should go and watch us on YouTube.
Exactly.
Do it. But yeah, so I was like really into it, and I think I just moved to America like when I was 14, and then kind of fell off because it wasn't like a thing here as much in like with my cousins in America. So I've watched it for a while, and then I fell off. But then I watched Total Divas, so I know a lot of these people. And then I watched Total Bellas. So again, I like know of some of them.
I will say on this podcast over and over the importance of Total Bellas and Total Divas, and then Total Bellas cannot be understated for like modern wrestling fan, especially modern women's wrestling fan who are women.
Right. Yeah, and I think the part I just want to come back to. You're just out there delivering choke slams. That's
it was bad.
Don't try this at home.
Do not. It was very wrong.
I was spearing the crap out of people as a kid, like all the time. Just me and my brother used to wrestle and fight all the time.
Me and my older brother did too, but I was also like small, always small for my age and like a late bloomer. And so like I was just getting I was the underdog.
Oh no.
I was getting beat up. I was going to get thrown around. Now I could deliver the pain, but I'm not, I'm retired from my wrestling career. That lasted until I was about probably like 15 or so. So yeah.
No, I feel that. It was just so interesting. I was very into theatrics. I mean, still am, obviously. Yeah. So I was really into all of that. So I think I loved the like performance, and I was like, I want to perform. How do I do that? Got it. I need to do it at school. So like I would set up skits around this and like really have my posse like cheer me on as I walk in. Like we had uniforms. So, you know, you had to work with what you got.
We did too. Yeah.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
A school with uniforms as well. Mm-hmm. So Sasha, we have you here. What we did is each week we go over the highlights of the week. This week we're going to start with Raw. All of the highlights of the week you can find in our show notes and episode description in the YouTube and in the podcast feeds. So let's get started with... Okay, we had a running through line with Raw this week. So mysteriously, Randy Orton just like did not show up, and he was supposed to compete in the losers 3-way to determine the final Money in the Bank spot. So we start off with Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce saying like, oh, there's going to be an over the top battle royal to figure out who's going to be the winner of that to replace Randy Orton. But then we got Riddle pulling up with his scooter, and with a note written in marker saying that Randy wants him to take his place. And they finally let Riddle go into the overtop battle royal in Randy's place. It's 3 separate clips, y'all. I'm just gonna go, spoil it. He wins the over the top battle royal, and then he goes on to the triple threat, but loses the triple threat. Sasha, how did you feel about like these 3 clips here and this storyline in general?
Yeah, I loved it. So I appreciated when, I will say, Adam, the official, really saying like, yeah, we believe that Randy Orton wrote this, because I was like, no one's buying this, right? Like I know that it's suspension, of belief a little bit of times, but I was like, come on, don't play me like this. So I appreciated that piece. And then I will say and I was like, okay, not Randy. Okay, Riddle, like, let's go. Fine. I want to see what you can do. So I liked it. And I will say, how did Riddle go from being, this like goofy, like surfer dude to like basically, if anyone watches Harry Potter, because I actually had to look up the name,
the Harry Potter,
he looked like Greyback, like the Death Eater. Like when he was fighting everyone, I was like, wait, this is the same person? Like, what do you mean? So I really like that, get you a man that can do both moment. Yeah. So I loved, see?
Yeah, flying all over the place. Like he ended the match with this really impressive, like he caught Damian Priest's leg. They were the final 2 in the battle royal, and then he ran up to him, but like kind of sprung off of the middle rope and just kneed him in the face. I'm like, well, okay, Riddle. I didn't know that you had that in you, buddy.
I thought, first off, the note was kind of funny when he drew. They're like, he drew a viper in the corner and he said aloha, like, again, as somebody who I thought that was funny. I will give that to him. But however, this battle royal just made me think, dang it, why don't we have Damian Priest in the Money in the Bank? Because Damian Priest is really good, Sasha. They were pushing him like right before WrestleMania and after WrestleMania, and he should be like a top tier guy, and he seems like he is. And so, but I had forgot about him because he hadn't been on TV for a while, right, Matt? Right. And so when they put him in this battle royal and it came down to him and Riddle, I was like, oh my God, I knew what was going to happen. I mean, come on, we all knew what was going to happen. We knew Riddle was going to win. But dang, I was like, can Damian squeeze in there somehow, please? Because I think he deserves a spot. So it was good. It like Matt said, that last move that Riddle did to get Damian out was really good. And I think Josh and Mike and we all predicted it last week. Riddle cost Randy Orton a spot in that 3-way, because
how dare he?
I know he hurt his foot. He went to the back, but he came back out. But he ended up getting pinned. He got Claymored and pinned by Drew McIntyre, which again, we said we thought Drew would be in it. But kudos to Omos for saving AJ from the pin, I guess. I mean,
Yeah. You know what? I was going to point that out too. Like, if you're going to have a manager, get you a manager who could do both, right? Because you want one who could like grab your opponents and throw them across the building, but you also want one who's thinking about your embarrassment levels and trying to minimize those by making sure you're not the one who gets pinned, whether or not you lose. So shout out to Omos for that.
Yeah, I also love the outfit that he was doing it in. I'm very much about the clothing here. So I literally wrote, who's Man in Peacoat? Well, how did he show up? And then I was like, got it. It like he has a name. We know who he is now. But it was so funny. He was just dragging people and like, where can I get one of that in my life? Like, you know, every time I'm irritated with someone, I'm like, please just deal with it, because I can't, because he just grabbed two people at once. I think it was Eric, right, and Ibar.
Exactly.
And they were just like, boom, gone, you're out. And I was like, this is what I want in life. Like, how?
Yes, in the Battle Royal, Omos he took out the Viking Raiders because Omos and AJ Styles are the tag team champions, and they're currently feuding with the Viking Raiders. So they took them out. Also in that Battle Royal, I get like so many things happen in that Battle Royal. The 24/7 championship was defended 3 times in 3 minutes.
Where was it before this week? I mean, I know where Akira Tozawa I think had it, but
then
where
Gulak had it.
We haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, no, we haven't seen it. No, we haven't seen it
like forever.
That. Yeah, R-Truth did. I don't know what Truth did. He like hit him with a spinning something or other, and I was like, dang. And he took out Gulak, and I was like, okay, R-Truth got it again. But then Akira Tozawa ended up with it again. So I was like, so we just did all of that just to get the same champion. The 24/7 title is nuts bananas, man. They could be doing so much. They could be doing so much better with that title, like when they first debuted it. But yeah, like it was a lot going on in that Battle Royal. But overall, this is the storyline we pretty much thought we were gonna get. We have it now. It's Drew, John Morrison, Ricochet, and Riddle in the Money in the Bank for Raw side, but we don't know how, Randy Orton wasn't there. We don't know if, again, somebody's going to be taken out because we had some vague death threats.
Which, like, speaking of threats, as a side note, Riddle likes to come across as being very playful and all, but, like, at the end of that Battle Royal, he was threatening the ring and the timekeeper, like, play Randy's music, play it. Like, wait. Buddy, I thought you were chill. Like, peace, love, all of that. Like, come on. What I don't know. I don't trust this guy.
Very interesting storyline to carry them the next, 2 or 3 weeks before 3 weeks before the Money in the Bank. So,
but where was Randy?
I don't know. And I really hope if they come back next week and say that group of people took Randy out, I will be so mad, because how dumb are you to take out somebody who didn't even make it into the match yet? Like, y'all
no, because Riddle. Okay, so Riddle did make a comment. They were being really sus about what was happening, but Riddle said, "Well, Randy missed his flight," which they kind of just brushed by, and I wonder if he actually missed his flight. I don't know. That's strange. But I wonder if Riddle somehow caused Randy to not be there. Like, maybe that's a story that we'll get. But we'll see.
That's actually what I put in my notes. I was like, are we getting a Riddle versus Randy Orton fight before?
I think we are. I think we are. But I just don't know where. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know where that's going to resolve. Is that going to resolve in Money in the Bank? So again, if Randy Orton, I think I said it last week, if Randy Orton does not make it into that match, will he then cost Riddle that match while Riddle is in the match? So, because we've seen it before. Again, we've seen people just knock people off of the ladder when they're not even in the match.
We've seen it all.
We've seen it all, yeah.
We've seen children in ladder matches crying, and then they go on to be actual wrestlers 15 years later. It's really impressive, actually. Wrestling's weird.
We've seen a man retrieve the first women's Money in the Bank briefcase. We've seen it.
We've seen shark cages over rings at some point.
Oh my God.
You get it all.
Yeah, I can see like, one of those like silly cutaways where it's like a backstage. Like we have a live feed into Riddle's house and it's like Randy Orton like tied up or something.
Not the BB live feeds. No, don't expose. Oh no, is this what we started? There's gonna be a crossover where it's like, let's just put live feeds and all the wrestlers.
Exactly. I'm telling you, we're gonna see something like that and be like, hi, now here's the rope. He like tied me by, and I'm gonna get him by this exact rope. I could see it.
Oh,
it's impressive. God. They're doing like a Burger King, a bunch of Burger King product placement and cross promotion. So maybe there's something there where like maybe
Randy
he'll be like
locked
in
a Burger King
bathroom.
The king was holding him hostage.
All right. No. So let's move on.
Yeah, we're not promoting Burger King. Shout out to McDonald's. Shout out to Arby's. Shout out to KFC and Popeyes and Subway and all the other places. We are supportive of all of the fast food and fast casual places. Panera, that too. Get a good sandwich in.
So
wait, can I just say one thing about Money in the
Bank?
Fast
food.
No, not fast food. Is anyone else singing Lil Scrappy's Money in the Bank? Because I cannot stop singing that song since I've been watching this. So if Lil Scrappy has gotten like 7 hits on Spotify, it's all me today. But it's like got money in the bank.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I just did in my mind. Yeah, Sasha Joseph is like a Lil Scrappy stan. She's the official Lil Scrappy
Love and hip hop
expert. Yes. So we will keep monitoring this Little Scrappy situation.
But I will say, like,
in my head,
is this man getting royalties? Like, what's going on? Because that's all I could think of.
No,
anyways.
I know because I'm pretty sure they trademarked Money in the Bank before him. It's been a long time.
Oh, I didn't realize. Okay, just kidding.
They know how to protect their pockets. And something that we saw Bad Bunny at WrestleMania. Just something for you to keep in mind, Sasha, is if there are any people from Love and Hip Hop or beyond who should be in this world. We're trying to get ahead of the next Bad Bunny. We're trying to call it.
No, I think it's a little Scrappy. Let's be honest. Like,
okay,
he needs to come
Money
back.
in the Bank
or Jocelyn Hernandez.
Yo, Jocelyn! Oh my God, that would be so funny.
Yeah,
I think she would be better on SmackDown though.
Yeah.
I do. I feel like it.
They need more women on their roster anyway. So
yeah. So we also got Nikki Cross has had another promo this week. Nikki Cross started with her superhero gimmick last week, and then she kind of gave herself a new name. I'm a little confused about this because we watched Raw, right, Matt?
Yeah, we did.
They kept going back and forth, right?
Okay, so I wanted to make this comment last week about Nikki Cross that I just kind of forgot about, but they're definitely going to get rid of the last name Cross because there's Karrion Kross who is in NXT, and he, according to the rumors, is going to be called up to the main roster, and WWE doesn't like to have like the same names at all, and so I think we're going to see Nikki Cross become Nikki Ash over time. But there's also look, we saw the promo that happened where Nikki is announcing her new name, and I was confused because the spelling look, no. I don't want to. Maybe just like it might have just been like how she speaks, but there were two. Almost a superhero. That's AASH, and she said, I thought she said ESH, but maybe it was A, but just the pronunciation. But then, like, where did the other A go?
Sasha?
Ash.
No, so again, questions that need answers because I was like, what does this mean? So last week, Mike Bloom actually said, right, she's not the best improv person, and that is the best way to like describe this because I was like, what do you mean? Like, you're not, like, this doesn't make sense. I like Ash, like A and H even would have been cute, but I was like, where did the E come from? What's the point? Like, why are you doing this? Did your writers like hurt you? Are you in a fight with them? Because I was like, I feel like she's getting played and she's better than that.
Yeah. So I really think it's just her pronunciation. I think when, because letters, I don't know what the Scottish letters versus English letters translate over to.
But there are two A's.
But I know
I guess the other A is like lowercase.
It's like silent. Yeah. Like almost a superhero. I think they're still workshopping it. They're clearly still workshopping it.
Yeah, because then they were
like Nikki.
They were like
Nikki Cross,
superhero.
Ash,
They also they were like dropping. They were dropping the and so then they kept saying like almost superhero. They'll figure it out one day.
Yes, almost. Yes, it was so weird. So I think everybody, the writers, Nikki, they're all workshopping it because it was something to say.
We could suspend our disbelief, but we could only do it to the point where like you're not confusing us with whatever we're supposed to not believe. So
exactly.
Yeah.
But I like her character. I like her character.
Okay, so we're all on the same page. We like the character. It's just they need to get it together with like the name and the presentation of it, because I like how scrappy she is. I like
little scrappy
part.
I was thinking it, but I was not gonna say it.
Into that one.
You did.
But
I think it was like an earworm. Ooh, yeah.
I don't like. I'm sorry. I just want to reiterate. I don't like that. I get that they have to change her last name, because I get it. Because cross, whatever. Because the funny thing about that is we just complained about that on AEW and how all of them have like the same. Yeah, all the cages.
They're all pages. Like everyone is probably related if you go to 23andMe. So it's
so I get that, but I think they should have just went with like, if she's a superhero, they should have just given her like a superhero name. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to adding on to her because this seems like they're giving her a new last name. They could have said, like they did Mighty Molly. Mighty Molly is not a name. You know what I'm saying? They could have given her a description and then her name, or they could have just gotten rid of Nikki Cross altogether and called her Starfire. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have. They can't say that because that's trademark. But you know what I'm saying? I would rather they did something like that than just give her a new last name, especially one that's an acronym that none of us can spell.
I like Ash, ASH. We're going to stick with that. I think like it's maybe the idea is that it's all coming together very organically. So next week, maybe we'll get a promo where Nikki's like, I'm officially Nikki Ash. No more Nikki Cross. Or maybe we're going to get that after Money in the Bank where she's like, I'm committing to this Nikki Ash thing. But the thing I really liked was like that her promos are like so motivational speaker. Yeah. Like she's talking about having the courage to show up and tap into something inside of her. I mean, it's 4th of July, but I was also seeing like some fireworks. Like I was seeing Katy Perry under that mask. I'm not going to sing Firework, but because I don't want to get us taken off of YouTube. But I mean, she's listening to that song in her MP3 player or CD player, whatever, Walkman, if that's a thing people still listen to.
No, they don't.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
So, Sasha, what did you think of this match after? Like, Nikki goes to take on Shayna Baszler. Out there is Nia Jax and Reggie, but then Alexa Bliss comes out. As somebody who doesn't watch regularly, I really want to know what your thought process was when you saw all of this.
So I was very taken by Alexa Bliss, I will say, where like the match was like good. I was like, yeah, I'm into it. I want to see who's winning. We're obviously because I watched the YouTube clip, so I was like, we're into Nikki. We obviously want her to win. But then Alexa Bliss shows up and I was like, Harley Quinn's here, got it. And then so I like did this camp a while ago where we were learning like what is it in modern dance, and like that's what like you do is like you follow the hands. And it really does, like it's weird where in the dance like my partner and I did not decide right like what we're gonna do, but you just feel the moment and your hands do start mirroring the other person. So I will say, like, I know because again, I heard last week's podcast and y'all were talking about it a lot, but I really feel like it is possible if you're like in the moment. So I want to give her that.
Control.
Yes. Or like just a connection in that way. Yeah. She was, I loved her. I loved it. I
liked it. This storyline, it's just been going on for so long. I need them to resolve it in some sort of way. Especially, I feel like we need to get Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler out of this picture so maybe they can feud against each other. Because what Sasha just reminded me, Alexa Bliss gives off very Harley Quinn. But Alexa Bliss was a bad guy just like 2 seconds ago. So her and Nikki were best friends at one point as well. So I really would love if we could phase, we're like, oh, we did it. We got rid of Nia Jackson and Shayna Baszler. But then we maybe get Alexa going back to the dark side. And then we get, Nikki is all love and light. And then we get like a comic book style storyline with Nikki being the superhero and Alexa being like the super villain. Now that could be something I could really get behind, because again, I'm having a little bit of problems suspending my disbelief with Alexa Bliss being like super powered, but then again, like fighting in a ring, you know what I'm saying, or caring about a belt. Like, to me, it just feels a little weird. So maybe after Money in the Bank, the both of them can kind of get like a superhero, supervillain style, like over the top cartoonish feud would be kind of cool.
Rig them up to some like invisible
that's what I'm saying.
This is what I mean. This is why I want to watch this stuff. So like, just do it. Like, let them fly around a little. Let them do some air stunts, Cirque du Soleil here. I'm into it.
Some aerial stuff.
Yeah, I will say I did not realize she was a good guy. Just as someone watching the clips, I was like, oh, I thought she was a bad guy or bad person.
Alexa Bliss?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's not. Well, we don't know. That's the thing. Like,
got it.
Presentation has been very flippy floppy.
Got it,
Matt.
You know what? I just want to say she is good. There is this moment where she walks down and she kicks Nia with then back kicks Reginald. And if you're looking at the YouTube version, WWE photographers, they deserve a raise, because this last few weeks they've had some really great pictures. But I would like to see kind of like the Riddle Randy Orton thing. Like, I would love to see WWE really committing to like the tag team aspect of Alexa and Nikki, and then maybe there's like a weird tension there, but we could see them coming back together because they used to be friends in the storylines. And so maybe we have that together, and then we see the tension build between them. Like, stretch out the stories. Like, why not? No need to rush it, but it would be awesome to see them on those ropes and lines and other things that all the magic that you were describing, Sasha, would be nice to see for Alexa and Nikki. Nikki can't fly though. She has admitted that she can't fly. So
yeah.
Listen, something happens. She's hypnotized, so they're now doing the same thing. Yeah, we'll figure it out. I don't know.
They drop somebody in a vat or something. That'd be so funny. But also, what I was just thinking? I said I think Nikki should not win Money in the Bank. That superhero, that gimmick is way too squeaky clean for Money in the Bank. So she should get just almost there and denied it. Maybe Alexa is the reason why she doesn't win it, and that's how we spin this feud out. So either way, I'm liking the rise of it. I want to see where it goes. I kind of want Shayna and Nia Jax I kind of want them to finish up they have to finish up their storyline, because they were a dominant tag team that's now no longer a dominant tag team. They're blaming each other. So I feel like they have to come to blows before they can get out of each other's orbits and maybe go back to we need more women's singles wrestlers here. But they also, I think, need to turn one of them face, because what Raw has a problem with is Raw has way too many heel women's wrestlers. So let's keep that in mind as we go over to the next clip. So we get Asuka and Naomi Versus Eva Marie and Doudrop again. So I'm upset. Unfortunately, they did not have Eva Marie and Doudrop's promo before the match up on WWE, because that would have been something I really would have loved Sasha to see. But like basically, Eva Marie, the announcer is asking Eva Marie like, "What happened last week? Like, why do you think Doudrop walked out on you?" And like Doudrop is like behind Eva Marie's back, like being like petulant and stuff. And it is so funny. I'm like, please, Piper, thank you. Like, this is still a weird dynamic, because how do you debut as a tag team and then like a week later you're like don't like each other? But I love this. I love somebody like openly making fun of Eva Marie, like even if it's behind her back. And so we get them versus Asuka and Naomi for a second time. And so for a little bit of retribution, Eva Marie, walks off, leaves Doudrop by herself, thinking, what happened to her last week will happen to Doudrop. But Doudrop ends up actually picking up the win against Asuka and Naomi without Eva Marie. So we're getting Eva Marie and Doudrop split coming here. The only sad fact about this is that Asuka and Naomi are again props in other people's storylines and do not have storylines themselves. Other than that, Matt, what did you think about this Doudrop Eva situation? I don't know.
Situationship.
Yeah.
I feel like the way that I started to read this after this episode, I feel like their dynamic is like less tag team partners, because they're shady to each other, but more like Doudrop is Eva's summer intern. And this is, it's that time of year. It totally makes sense. But I just feel like Doudrop's filled up one too many staplers for Eva, and she is over it, because interns underpaid, overworked, and just don't care. And this is what I feel like the vibe that we're getting. And I love it. We need some intern representation. We've never had an intern gimmick. So let's do it. Let's do it. And let's hope that she gets paid for this. Anything. She's probably not being paid.
Not at all.
Oh God.
Pay your interns.
Sasha, what did you think about this pairing here?
So I haven't again, because I watched Total Divas, I remember when Eva Marie showed up on the scene. And maybe again it was editing, I'm sure, but I was never a fan. And I remember when her hair was the storyline, right, when they didn't want her to, or sorry, she was the only one that was getting to have crazy hair, everyone else, or colored hair, red hair, right, at that point, I think.
Red hair.
How did I remember that? Oh my God. But anyway, so I remember that piece. So to me, this was very much as part of her character, just that she now has some power. Whereas I think when she was first coming on the scene, she was kind of just like the teacher's pet, versus now I was like, oh, you really stepped into I'm not trying to do nothing. So I wasn't really happy about her. And then especially because I like Naomi. Again, I was bought in with her. I know she was dating one of the twins. Yes. Oh, they're married?
Yeah.
Oh, so cute.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I love this. So, so I've always been a Naomi fan and really bought in with her and her tag team issues back then too. So it was just so I was like, not y'all letting her Eva Marie win against Naomi. Cause I was like, the last time I checked in, this was happening. So what's going on?
Exactly. The one thing you got to know about wrestling Twitter is Naomi deserves better. # Naomi deserves better trends every other week, because people love Naomi and she never gets her own storylines, and it's so freaking frustrating. Is this your first time seeing Asuka?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So I looked.
Yeah, I was about to say, what did you think?
Yeah, I looked at the YouTube comments for this one because I was like, oh, I'm bought in. I actually know these people, so maybe I can follow along. And yeah, a lot of people were talking about how this was almost too comical because Naomi and Asuka. Yeah,
it's Asuka.
Okay. Naomi and Asuka are so much actually better and better athletes that they were just this is a little frustrating to watch. So that's what I felt, because I was like, yeah, they're just better. Their outfits are so much cooler. Look at that. It was so cool.
Yeah, man. It's that's the thing with WWE. We could have the most talented, athletic, colorful people. With Naomi, one of the things that has come up and we've brought up is just how popular Naomi is with kids and how popular the glow gimmick is and just her athleticism and dancing and all of the things that she brings, right? And, we'll just get Naomi thrown in here as like a side note on a different story. So that's what happens in WWE sometimes, but we're used to it now, right, Mari?
Yeah, we're used to it at this point.
A little over it.
Stop giving them bad bookings.
Yeah.
We get into some more women's feuds continue. So they kind of smashed together 2 women's feuds here. We got Charlotte Flair and Natalya and Tamina versus Rhea Ripley and Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke versus Rhea Ripley, Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. And again, serviceable match. The promo before the match was Charlotte, her and talking to Natty and Tamina like, y'all get me. We're supposed to be here. We're like generational, wrestlers, and they're just upstarts. And it was kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. I loved this that portion of it. So we get this match. I mean, it's just a very serviceable women's match. It breaks down at one point, like everybody's just hitting each other. I was like, okay, well, but we end it with so Charlotte Flair goes for Rhea Ripley's knee. I already can't remember who got the pin, but afterwards Rhea got to Charlotte's knee and was just like, oh, it doesn't matter. This match, honestly, guys, it didn't matter because all we wanted was more Charlotte and Rhea. That's really all it was.
Did we?
Well, I actually like the storyline, and Charlotte is doing. I know. I will admit when I love something. Charlotte is doing great work here. And
I never thought I'd see the day. Did she pay you? Someone check Mari's Venmo history just to be sure.
I know.
It's private. Don't worry.
Right, there you go.
Smart.
No, I will acknowledge that Charlotte does good work. It's just, again, the payout. We never get the payout for it. So that's why I'm always guarded. But I love this back and forth between her and Rhea Ripley. It's making Rhea Ripley look way more badass. But the only way you can submit that is if Rhea wins. So we'll see. Sasha, what did you think about this?
Yeah, this to me was like a regular match that I'm used to seeing. Like it was a lot of like I loved their transitions. Like they were moving. Like they were just like hit. Natalya, again, another one I know. So obviously I like her. I'm gonna root for her. But yeah, and the others I had no idea. But like I loved almost the simplicity of it, whereas like they were just good wrestlers. And I like that they were just kind of fighting each other, taking knees out. Like I was like, please, that's so scary.
This was I thought you would like this, Sasha. This is like your typical like housewife style.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
They were just going.
Yeah, I love the 2 boots to the face. I can't remember who it was, where they like did a cartwheel and then smacked them. I can't remember who's. Sorry, but so funny. And then like Natalya, I think, was like dragging someone in a wheelbarrow. I was like, what is going on?
We have questions. Yeah. I just want to say, out of this, we didn't get to see them interact much, but I feel like I'd really like to see a Rhea Ripley Tamina match that has some time, just because like they're both large, like they're both similar size and everything, and both are leather people. So like maybe it's for the ultimate leather supremacy. I don't know.
Okay.
But look, I would like to see that match at some point. Just want to put that out into the universe. Yeah,
really good. I'm loving how they're building on this. Charlotte looks very svelte too. I think she lost a little weight.
Just svelte. Yes.
Yeah,
what a word. I like it. That's a LaTanya Starks word.
Yeah. Look, they're looking good. I don't want to get excited, because if Rhea does not win this, then I'm going to be super, super not okay. So we'll see.
Gosh.
Honestly, because it's just so good. Like this buildup is very good, and it's leading to making Rhea a star. And if Charlotte wins, then it really will kneecap her. It really will.
Mari, was that a pun based on like the chop blocks that's to the knee?
Oh
no, it
That's what
probably
I
wasn't.
thought.
You're just like, I feel like I'm like getting a lot of puns from you, and
it
I feel like
was.
I'm like getting a lot of puns from you,
Yes,
and you're
it
just like
was.
casually dropping them. Yeah,
intentional.
what a great pun that was, Mari. And by the way, I'll just throw in, I think that WWE might be using this as a moment to illustrate how Rhea, like I mentioned it last week, this idea of anything you can do, I can do better.
Yes.
Like we're getting that now. And so I could see what I would actually like love to see in a dream world is Rhea, maybe she loses to Charlotte at Money in the Bank, but then whoever like somebody cashes in that Money in the Bank and takes that championship from her immediately, because like I mean, nothing's wrong with beating Charlotte. Actually, that's a pretty good thing to put on your resume. I would love to see. Either way, actually, I don't want the championship on either of them after Money in the Bank. That is my proclamation. I want whoever wins to cash in and just take this championship and take it somewhere else, and they could go feud without the championship
I'm trying
elsewhere.
to move on
YouTube.
Now you're making me have to
We're gonna move on.
you. No, I have to
next
rebuttal
up,
you now because Charlotte needs to lose so Rhea can continue this championship reign so she can prove herself. But also, the women have cashed in the night of Money in the Bank 2 out of the 4 times they've had Money in the Bank. So I do not want to see that again. That's my main thing. But other than that, I get what you're saying.
Fine.
I'll
go with it.
We need, and that's why we need a woman who can hold that briefcase. We haven't had a really good long run since Carmella. So,
and that was really great, and that actually really built her as a star.
Exactly. So So I want to see at least like a maybe even just a half a year of holding the briefcase. I hate quick cash-ins. I really do. Especially if they don't serve the purpose of the storyline.
Yeah, but I think I'll just mention, I feel like I would like to get one just for the crowd reaction, because the crowd will be back by then. So, but it doesn't need to be the women. It could be the men.
It could be the men. Yeah, that's true.
We'll see.
So, and then finally on Raw, just a really good promo that I really wanted us to highlight. Kofi Kingston, in the promo and on Raw, they cut it short in the clip, but Kofi talked about how much he loves Xavier Woods and how much Xavier Woods puts into this business, and how like bad he felt that he was on the outside of the cage and Xavier Woods was on the inside. I love how both Xavier Woods and Bobby Lashley weren't here. They're kind of selling the brutalness of the cage match. I love that. I love that continuation of like, oh, that was legit hell, so I'm not here the next week. But Kofi's speech was so good. He challenged Bobby Lashley to a match at Money in the Bank, and MVP comes out with the ladies and basically calls Kofi an afterthought. We're already looking past you, which is so true. But it's also like Kofi just so good at getting you engaged that you're still like, he could do it. He has a chance, but all of that to say, also the not really coded language of like 2 black men talking to each other and talking about like kind of like respectability politics versus like just being yourself. So good. This is a layered feud, and more than likely Kofi's gonna lose it, but until then, we're getting some really good content out of this, especially when he finally beat up MVP, because MVP tried to say he was too hurt to compete, and then Kofi was like, "Oh, you hurt now. You hurt now." Matt, what did you think about the Kofi and MVP back and forth here?
I think like my biggest thing is I love logic in wrestling between characters. I love when the heel isn't just like spouting off nonsense and being mean, but that they're logical. And Kofi in this promo was talking about, going to Ghana and bringing the championship there, and continuing working to defend his championship when he got back, and working every day. And MVP's like, well, you did that for your ego, so I don't see what the point is. And I'm like, you know what? Not a bad point. Like, you could have, I don't know what, like, I don't think it's a bad thing you went to Ghana. He probably wasn't going to be wrestling on those days anyway. I remember that video package.
Great video.
From when he was in Ghana, which was really cool. I wish more stars would have moments like that where they go home or where they go wherever they're from initially. But I liked this. I don't know why I wrote down Big Bad Bobby. Did someone say Big Bad Bobby? Probably Kofi.
Yeah, I think that's what he was making fun of. Yeah.
It was nice, but I want to see how this feud progresses, and if it goes beyond Money in the Bank. There's really no telling.
Yeah, well, they're already suggesting Bobby's going to get somebody really big for SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But maybe, I mean, you know what? Again, like thinking about what do we walk away from this feud with if it does, and then we still have this reminder of how good Kofi is and how he could be taken seriously. So I like that. I like that we're getting like no days off Kofi Kingston, and it's doing something for him and for his character.
Yeah. Sasha, what do you think about this?
So, yeah, everything y'all said. I think now I'm always going to be using that line. Like if someone's like, but I'm such a good person. Look, I do this. No, that was for your ego. So this was like a classic back and forth where I was like, who is going to come out the winner? Like I couldn't tell because they were very much toe to toe with each other and how they were speaking. And I think, Mari, you're right that if Kofi's going to lose, he needed this win here to like win as a very baby win, but still, right? He like roundhouse kicked him. And like, MVP looked like he was like, please, a sinkhole open up and just swallow me because like what just happened to me. So that's why, I agree that I think he's gonna lose because of that, because he just got this win here. But what great characters. And I actually could have watched this clip like more, and I was like, yo, give me more of this. Like I love this kind of build up, if that makes sense.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it is. And it's just been a really good storyline. MVP and Kofi have been carrying it. Bobby basically is like, work smarter, not harder. Like that's not my fault. You decided to break your back, for this company, for these people. That's what MVP said. So really powerful storyline. Something I love watching, and Money in the Bank. It's gonna be a great match. I mean, come on, it's gonna be a great match. So something we're definitely looking forward to.
Yeah, and just to that point, like I think with the one other comment I just want to make, it's always great when you could tell that the wrestlers are like really trying to make the other wrestlers look good, and they're using their time to do that. I know these are two veterans in the wrestling business, so you would imagine that they have a lot of influence over the exact words they're saying, or even they have a lot of control over their emphasis and all those things. And so I think everyone's coming out of this looking really great, and really I appreciate that, as opposed to the opposite where it's like, why is this person burying this other person, which we'll see a lot of times when I don't think someone's not trying to get the other person over actively.
So that's it for Raw. You can catch all of the Raw highlights and all the other highlights in our show description. Next up, we have NXT.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so for NXT, it was a good week. They're just gearing up for the Great American Bash. We'll talk about the matches that are on the Great American Bash. But before we get to the Great American Bash itself, Hit Row. We sat there last week, basically as a throwaway, because NXT was meh last week, and I was just like, man, we really got to talk about Hit Row. Then Isaiah Swerve Scott gets a match against Bronson Reed and messes around and wins the NXT North American title. How insane was that? That was so good. Sasha, what did you think about Hit Row?
First of all, can we talk about the name? Because wow, like that. I feel like I would definitely be like the villain in these moments, or like maybe I want to be, but I won't. Whatever. So I want my like squad to be called the Hit Row. Like that very much. I loved it. And these are also the really fun pieces where it's like the ref doesn't see something and then like it gets sneaky around it. I also love the slapping of everything. It's like, why are y'all just slapping each other?
We love a good slap.
And then because I will say I couldn't remember anyone's names, so I was like, gender reveal guy is now out, like because he was wearing pink and blue. So I was like, so I literally could not remember anyone's name. Yeah. His like the Hit Row people. Yeah, there it is. That guy.
Yeah. All right. So
Ashant. Oh no. You mean top that. What's his name?
I have no idea.
So if you're watching YouTube right now, we have a picture of Hit Row up. We have Top Dollar is on the left here, all the way on the left. He's the big guy. He's hugging Isaiah Swerve Scott, who is the leader, who is now the North American champion. Then we have
tongue out
Ashanti, the Adonis, in his very nice. That is a nice pink Hit
This
Row
is a great picture, by the way, and he's holding on to. He is latched on.
Colors.
Yeah, look at that. They're so cool. I have to say, I can't look. All you need to do is show up for me wearing clothes that like fit together and showing that you coordinated. And you go to the main event in my book. So
yeah. And then of course we have B-Fab. She's rocking it's a money
some kind of money top.
It's a money top with like cut off short. This is
what currency is that? We need to reach out to you to find out.
Like it's $100 bill.
I see a 10. I see a 10. Hopefully
Mari
it's
knows.
Yeah, Mari, you know what $100 bill looks like?
Either way. This is just amazing. Like this group, we talked about it all last week. Like they are amazing. We knew, we said it. I said it. The group was there to get the belt onto Isaiah, and Bronson Reed did a great job. It was really funny. At one point, he just sat on Isaiah.
Yes.
On the ring, which was very reminiscent of kind of like Rikishi to me. Like he showed a little bit of spark of the charisma of the like the big man with the charisma. But I need more from Bronson Reed. We've been talking about this. I didn't even realize he had an accent until like last night. Because I swear I've never heard that man talk.
I think I have, but I was thrown off then, and then I forgot, and then I was thrown off again. We brought up Rikishi last week too, by the way, and he's like he's just a big, well, obviously he's big, but Sasha, do you know Rikishi?
I feel like I've heard the name, but I don't think so. Like I can't remember at least.
Yeah, I don't have like a
picture right now.
A picture that I'm like comfortable sharing of him that I think is like appropriate for YouTube that won't get this flag. But he put his butt in people's faces a lot. Yeah, that's his thing.
Okay, I just looked him up. Yes, okay, I remember him now.
Yeah, just for like the quick look of this.
Him. Yeah. Oh, 100%. I remember him. Yes.
Staple. I'm glad I didn't pull up a GIF of it. Which would have been too graphic. So
yeah. So I love Bronson Reed here, and Top Dollar gets sent through the barricade, and then Ashanti was like, "Yo, you okay, bro?" And then he turns around, he gets sent through the barricade.
So that was really funny. So the guy with the hat, I can't remember his name, but I literally put this in my note. Like, did he Mike situation himself? Like, where I thought he like ran into the metal cage himself. Where I was like, wait, he got pushed, and then I saw the other man like get thrown, like literally.
No,
like
I
thrown.
think. Yeah, no, that's right.
Like,
he ran.
And then
it was
he
so
moved
quick.
out the way, maybe. But I was like, what in the Mike situation just happened? Like, because for everyone that didn't watch Jersey Shore, like there was a moment in Italy where Mike, the situation just was in a fight with someone else and rammed his own head in a wall.
Yeah. Basically, exactly. That's literally what happened with Top Dollar. So
yeah,
and that's what they're there for. Like, if they can't really put a hurting on the person, you need to at least distract them long enough. Because when Bronson Reed tried to get back into the ring, Swerve hit him with a kick to the head, which Swerve loves kicking people to the head, man. Since he's been a heel, he be kicking so many people to the head. I'm like, dog. And then he hit I think it was a 450 on him while he was like still like halfway in the ring. That was such an amazing ending. It looked so hard.
Yes.
Yeah. And so Swerve's the new NXT champion. They went out. We had some network exclusives where they went out to party and stuff like that. And so I'm like, I can't wait. I love this about Hit Row. They're the highlight of NXT for me. I don't care what anybody says.
No, I think that's goes without saying too. No discussion. Like, and by the way, this was like a good episode of NXT with a lot of different things going on. But they're going to be the highlight, and I hope that it stays that way for a long time. I get worried though every time that we get our hopes up.
Yeah. And then I want to just quickly talk about Karrion Kross and Johnny Gargano. Looks like we're moving on to Johnny Gargano versus Karrion Kross as the next feud for the title. Karrion Kross, if Karrion Kross is about to make that move up to the main roster, he really needs to, like, Johnny just ran circles around him on the mic. And so far, every person in NXT has done that. So something needs to happen there because he got toasted.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, like the thing that I don't really get Karrion Kross, because he's not, we've talked about this before, but he's not like huge as a character, but they book him as a big guy where he's like really strong. I don't really understand actually exactly what's the deal with this guy and his strength.
And he made his Raw like kind of debut. He was on Main Event the other week, but without Scarlett. And without Scarlett, it's a struggle city.
Yeah, you know what? And even like in this, we're like if you're on the YouTube version, you're seeing this picture of them where she's just standing behind him. We did see a lot of her in the background in this episode of NXT, but I don't know what it is, just not a lot of emotion. She was just kind of like blank, a lot of blankness from her this week. Whereas she's like the personality, or she's the emotion of the pair.
And that's why I'm thinking they're another reason why Bronson Reed lost his title was because he also was tested out on Main Event. So the rumor is they're both moving up to the main roster, maybe Raw. So if that's the case, the reason why I think Scarlett isn't talking as much for Karrion Kross as she used to is because they might be again trying to get him more and more reps on the mic. But yeah, Austin. Oh my God.
Austin Theory.
Yes. I almost said that name.
Yeah.
Austin Theory came in and helped Johnny jump Karrion Kross, and they got up out of there. But like, we'll see.
I just want to point out this moment that reminds me a lot of you, Sasha, actually, because we got like multiple, I would call them choke slams to the barricade where Karrion Kross just like ragdolled Johnny Gargano into that wall multiple times. And I will say this, that I just feel like if Top Dollar could run through the barricade, you should be able to throw Johnny through the barricades. So I was not that impressed, but I was kind of impressed. And again, shout out to you, Sasha, because I know this was your move back in the day on the playground.
Oh no. I will say I agree. Like I was like, Cross, like these people aren't even like you're doing 2-1. So like that's cute, but I was still remembering Johnny way more, which is a problem. If Johnny's, and I actually wrote ragdoll in my notes too, where I was like, this man is just like being used as a ragdoll, like a straight up punching bag. But why do I remember him more? Like that's the problem. So I didn't, Mari, now that you say that, like maybe it's because he's just not good on the mic, because I think that he's a robot. How do you get hit on the head by a car door and then still beat up like 2 people?
That was so fun, by the way. Just like
1,000.
Oh, that was always my favorite thing in like growing up playing WWE games. Like you get the backstage area, you get the locker room, you get catering, you get like the office, you get the parking lot. So we got all of that this week, which was kind of nice too.
Yeah. Also, shout out to camera people, because I didn't know that man was standing there like a zombie after he got hit the first time at the end. When Johnny like was flattened, then they went back to the other guy who was with Cross, and I was like, I didn't know he was standing there the whole time. So camera people, like, you deserve a raise. Like they're killing it.
Yeah, good job. And before we get into previewing the Great American Bash, we got a really scary moment here.
Wow.
Mercedes Martinez and Jake Atlas were facing off against Xia and Boa, and it was a good match. It was a good, hard hitting match. You could tell both Xia and Boa are martial artists, from what I remember. Jake Atlas and Mercedes Martinez are like tenured pro wrestlers, like indie darlings, been doing this for years on years on years. So the four of them were working stiff before the match. Like beginning of the match, you could tell they were working stiff. Working stiff means Sasha, there were some punches that were definitely connecting. Near the end of the match, unfortunately, though, Xia threw a roundhouse kick that nailed Mercedes, and Mercedes was out. Kudos to ref Azah for realizing it really quickly and stopping the match as soon as possible. Mercedes Martinez was taken to the hospital later that night. I think she's okay. Last time I
heard it sounds like she had I think you might have just said that she had a concussion. Yeah, and
I might have. We're still doing.
And it's also the type of thing with concussions that they don't always confirm them, because WWE is very sensitive about head injuries, and of course, like, I'm sure they're still figuring out how severe or serious it is. But yeah, this was like it was wild, because earlier in the match, Xia delivered like this kick to Mercedes to like the chin, and it looks so stiff to me. Like, I would not want anything to do with that. And like, I could imagine, again, Mercedes Martinez has been wrestling for like almost basically 20 years now. So like, she knows what she's doing, and I'm sure she's been hit hard lots of times. But whoa, that was like, the fact that she was legit knocked out by a martial artist was like definitely a scary moment. But like, mistakes happen in wrestling all the time, and I think that's just one of the realities that we kind of that they have to live with. Really, we don't even really have to live with it, because it's their health and safety, right?
Yeah, Sasha, what did you think about this?
Yeah, because this was very much the match where I was like, they know what they're doing. Like, it'll be fine. And I didn't realize that she even got, again, I thought it was like it's like a hurt, not actually, until just so the listeners know, like, Mari posted that in our chat that, she actually got hurt. So I didn't even realize that. So it's such a bummer. We've seen this happen, like, where, unfortunately people have hurt, like, broken bones and stuff like that. So it's very much real. And to go out like with a roundhouse, like, ouch. Ugh, that was, exactly. I like, my heart hurts.
And the thing is, like, they knew they were going out there working stiff. Like, all four of them, the men were working stiff as well. This is the first time we've seen Boa compete in a long time as well. Jake Atlas just came back, so it was really cool to see them lock up. Like, when they were going toe to toe, it was really good. Mercedes threw some stiff punches to Xia, so they both knew, like, this was a match style that they decided on, and so Mercedes did not put her hands up to protect that kick because she was prepared to take it. I think Xia just put too much on it, because Xia is still young when it comes to professional wrestling itself.
Exactly.
She's still only been here for a few years now, but it just happens. You know what I'm saying? It's wrestling. It happens. They're all willing participants. Mercedes had a great moment with Mai Ying, also known as Tian Sha or whatever, in the chair before the kick happens. But I don't know if they'll be continuing that storyline. Depending on how long she's out or whatever. So,
I mean, hopefully they're able to continue it. Hopefully she's back in a few weeks. And sometimes what happens with the concussion protocols too is that, and I swear we've probably seen this on, I don't know if we've seen it on Total Divas or Total Bellas, but I think in there was a show like WWE Proving Ground, which was on the WWE Network at one point. I'm pretty sure somewhat Breaking Ground. Proving Ground's like definitely something else with WWE, I'm sure. But they sometimes it's just a thing where they have to be cautious. And on Total Divas, Daniel Bryan is a great example where they were just so cautious, and that's different because his brain issues were really severe, but let's hope that she's okay and is able to return to doing what she loves, Mercedes loves soon.
So yeah. So good match up until the injury. So
yes.
All right. So next week we have a special NXT presents the Great American Bash. Me and Matt were talking last week. I swear these takeovers. I know. I'm sorry.
How dare you?
Early. It's so
I'm hurt.
Max Scott, we love it.
Max Scott, my alter ego.
The way my speech impediment is set up.
Oh no.
So we're getting the NXT Great American Bash on Tuesday. So what we'll be seeing is the NXT Tag Team Titles match. Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher will be going up against the champions MSK. That should be fun. That's gonna be interesting, fun, and hard hitting. We'll see how that goes. We'll also have the NXT Women's Tag Team title match. So Io Shirai and Zoe Stark will be facing Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae because they won the tag team title #1 contenders match this week. So we're just going to talk a little bit about that real quick. This match was really good. I mean, for a triple threat women's tag team like #1 contenders match, it was so flawless. Just everybody hit their moves when they're supposed to hit them. It was like I didn't know who was gonna win. I was kind of pulling for Shotzi and Ember a little bit, but it was a great match. Sasha, what did you think when you saw this match?
Yeah, so I'm reading my notes as you speak, and that's literally my notes. I'm like, are these punches really connecting? You know, because I was like, this is scary. And then they're like someone did a somersault in the sky. Like again, where I was just like, this is what I want to watch when I watch. Like I want, like gymnastics a little bit. And you could tell, I can't remember. I'm sorry, I'm the worst with names. But
in the clips they don't really.
Yeah.
You don't get the entrances, so.
But and I was watching with closed captioning just in case they say the name. But the one person like jumps from top rope and that takes out 5 people. Like I was this is probably like why I love watching this.
Io went first.
I think it was Io. No, Io went down.
Zoe went second. So Zoe went second and took out 5 people too. And then both of them hopped up and were like,
exactly. Like I was just this is what I love. Like this is why I love Bollywood movies. Same reasons. Where you're just like, it's like, is it bowling or is it wrestling? But because they just all fell down. But that's what I want. Like I like that stuff. I think it's silly. My husband was watching these clips with me, and even he was like, camera people, man, like they kill it because the way it's shot, it looks perfect. They're getting all the right moments to make it look pretty seamless. So that's why I really like this match again, because I think they're also good wrestlers, which is why they're selling it, I think, a little better.
Yeah. And the other thing just to note, like I saw in a completely different context, this was about different wrestlers on SmackDown, but people are talking about just being frustrated when they see wrestlers who like compete against each other all the time, again and again and again, which we'll talk about too. But one thing I think that's great, especially about NXT, is that they have the chance to develop a chemistry and get good together. It's like with podcasting, like when you podcast with different people all the time, it's hard to like get your groove. The same goes with like wrestling and tag teams. And so it's cool that we're able to see them start to gel and like grow individually as they all work together. And so awesome match, like amazingness, but we're going to see even more of the amazingness. The women on NXT are like next level, flawless in my book.
Yeah, NXT really emphasizes like the wrestling aspect and the realism of it. That's WWE's wrestling brand, to be quite honest. So we'll also get at the Great American Bash the $1 million title match between Cameron Grimes and LA Knight. But the funny thing is, if LA Knight wins, Grimes must be his butler. So whenever they do those one-sided stipulations, I kind of want to see it. I kind of want to see it. And then
I want him to get a second job. I'm just saying.
I mean, that would be just funny, just because Cameron Grimes has just been going around throwing money at people to do random things for him. So if he becomes LA Knight's butler, that's going to be just ridiculous.
He knows where he came from, though. He knows, like, it's not, I think, like, he's still, I don't know where he came from, but that, like, he still very much has that. He's new money, Mari, as you probably say, with your $100 bills.
I did. New money.
Yeah. Your old money.
And of course, we have Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly. They're calling it Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly 2. I feel like I've seen them fight more than that, but it's fine.
Yeah, why do you have to count?
Yeah. And so for NXT Great American Bash, we will talk about that. We'll review it a lot more next week, along with our next highlights, AEW. Ooh. So we're going to talk a little bit about what happened this week on AEW, just one highlight, and then talk about Road Rager, which is next week. I mean, this is like feast here, Matt, because we're getting the Great American Bash on Tuesday, NXT, then we're getting AEW Road Rager on Wednesday. So we are going to make sure that next week we just devote all the time to both those next week, and we'll just touch on them here. But basically, we couldn't not talk about this match. We got MJF versus Sammy Guevara on AEW Dynamite, and I mean, people were calling it an instant classic. Like, it was just one of those matches where it was very visceral. I love the promo that they showed. Though it was called the War of Words, where it's just MJF and Sammy talking about each other for 6 minutes straight. Like, they really sold into
6 minutes.
That they really hate each other.
I'll say as a side note with that, like, sometimes I feel like these video packages with AEW go on way too long, but that's only because like I'm conditioned to WWE's 2.5, 3 minute max videos. And so this was interesting because they were definitely going at each other in that promo. They're both phenomenal. They're both stars.
Very young.
And like, I think the one gap between the two is that, like, MJF, give him a mic and he will shine no matter what. And he was really great alongside. He's great anytime he's alongside or across from Chris Jericho, who is like one of the ultimate promo people in the business. But Sammy, like, there's so much intensity, and I felt like they were like hitting us over the head in the promo with like the same point, like of this tension. But I love like tension in wrestling, just because sometimes we get these matches where it's like, do these people not like each other? Do they like each other? What is it? So it's very clear that these two cannot stand each other.
This is a blood feud.
Blood feud, yes.
What did you think of not only the promo, but the match itself was pretty big, pretty epic?
Yeah. First of all, Jericho, wow. Like, I was like, I know him. And it was really, again, interesting. I have so many questions for MJF where I was like, do you own these things? Is this like I'm an Instagram influencer, so I'm renting for my video package? Like, what's going on? Because I was like, the super douche right here. Like, it's a lot. But again, he's very charismatic. Like, we love a good anti-hero. It's fun to watch, and seems like, he's kind of like, I'm dethroned and I don't like that. So I love that little setup. And I will say, for AEW, like, are they, are these like the bad boys of wrestling? Like, is that the point? Because there's a lot of cursing. There's a lot of like, wild now in that way. But I really like that. I felt like it felt adult, where I was like, oh, I've graduated with the wrestling and I want to watch this now. And
that's a good take on it, because AEW is WWE's main competition right now, and that is what they aim to be. They aim to be for more of an adult crowd, while WWE tries to get the more everybody, the kid-friendly type stuff.
Definitely.
So I like the main event. I mean, there was a lot of interference in that main event, but I expected it. They both have whole groups dedicated to getting themselves further. So when the chairman came out and hit Sammy with a chair, leading to MJF winning, I was not surprised, because again, there's a whole group there specifically to help MJF win. So what do you think of that?
Yeah, I just thought like the whole idea there. Oh my gosh, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of like this whole dynamic, and the thing I appreciate most is that like with MJF and with Sammy Guevara, that we were they were built up as characters that we could respect, and they were built up as main eventers, and so that's kind of cool. Like I love this match. I have to go rewatch it again just for that hard hittingness, but I'm like. AEW does a really good job with these storylines, and like even just the fact that they extend over so long that like someone who's a casual fan could even keep up is one thing I love here.
Yeah, exactly. So not at 5 stars. I mean, clearly 5-star match, I would say. That's the streets are talking. They're saying it's 5 stars. So I liked it. I enjoyed it. So next week
only 5 stars.
Only. Yeah.
These
not
people
6,
okay, not 6, not 7, just 5.
Just 5. So next week on AEW Road Rager, we're gonna see the AEW World Tag Team Championships. It's gonna be which is weird. Anyways, the Young Bucks. Yeah, that's what it says here. It's
Wait, what were
Bucks,
you? Yeah.
Because I was like, why are there 3 people per side? But I see it's just like they're in their corner. The Young Bucks with Brandon Cutler. And it's gonna be them versus Penta El Zero Miedo and Eddie Kingston, and they'll be accompanied by Alex Abrahantes. I just slaughtered half of those names.
No, that's probably perfect.
Yeah. I'm assuming this is because Moxley is off with his new daughter, I think, right?
Yeah, and that's also why I'm assuming that the Young Bucks will just retain their championship. Yeah, exactly. I saw something that like this was their recently Penta and Eddie were the first time that the Young Bucks have lost, maybe just in tag team action in the last year. So that was an interesting note.
That is interesting.
Yeah,
but we'll see it. We'll talk about it next week. We also will get a South Beach strap match: Cody Rhodes versus QT Marshall. So Cody Rhodes, he's the star maker. He's trying to make all these stars, these guys. So that should be really interesting. Strap matches can go one of 2 ways. They can be either really boring or really good. So we will see.
Get the strap.
Get the strap. Andrade El Idolo, one of our favorites. I love me some Andrade. Will be facing Matt Sydal. In what I guess it'll be his like pay-per-view debut. I guess I don't know.
That makes right. Well, it's not even a paper. It's not even technically a pay-per-view.
It's a special.
It's a
special.
Yeah, and Andrade has been referred to by his manager Vicky Guerrero as the future champion of AEW. So I think we maybe see what direction that's going in, but that'll be a good match, I'm sure.
Yes, we get Orange Cassidy and Chris Statlander versus the Blade and the Bunny. That should be some really interesting tag team action. Love 4 characters. Like you love when people go into matches with like really like pronounced characters. So that should be fun. And I think Chris Statlander and the Bunny have been feuding for a few weeks now. So that'll be cool to watch. And then finally, we're going to get the Inner Circle, which will consist of Santana and Ortiz with Jake Hager. Oh God, with Conan on the side. Like there's so many people, man. These factions.
They love to get people on it, which I mean, there are so many other characters. There's so many other people who are like, why aren't they on the show? But I mean, I think that this is good. They probably hit their capacity limit on the locker room.
Right. So the Inner Circle versus Pinnacle, and this Pinnacle will be Dax Harwood, Cash Wheeler, and Wardlow, with Tully Blanchard on the side. And Chris Jericho and MJF will face-to-face standoff. So I don't know if that's a match. It's just a face-to-face.
I think it's just a standoff, which we'll see what that actually looks like.
Yeah.
But the last match that you mentioned, the Inner Circle and the Pinnacle, is interesting because there's Conan, who he appeared during Double or Nothing. In the Stadium Stampede match in a bar. There was Sasha. It's a whole long story. There's a bar / club. This one veteran wrestler was like DJing and then got involved in the fight. And there's just a feud between Conan and Tully Blanchard. And so interesting stuff. Yeah, well, it's a lot. It's a
long story. Let me go into
it's a long story. A story that for another time.
Yes. So yes, all of the highlights again in the description box. You can find them. And we'll go into our last and final highlights. So SmackDown this week. It was a good SmackDown. It was okay. It was an okay SmackDown. A lot of setup, a lot of good things. No Roman. So wow, no Roman.
Good thing. Good thing.
I mean, good thing.
He's great, but
he's amazing.
He deserves a week off.
He does. We all do. Bianca challenged Bayley to an I Quit match. So we've been kind of talking about Bianca and Bayley. We've been talking about Bianca and Bayley for a very long time now. But the natural progression of their feud actually keeps making sense. So that's why I can't really fault it. And I love the dynamic because Bayley got the upper hand on Bianca and beat her in the tag match last week. Bayley comes out to basically like laugh about it and put it, talk about it and all this stuff. And Bianca's like, we're not gonna do this. So Bianca comes out, says, I can beat you. I've been beating you. And challenges her to an I Quit match. And I really love the fact that Bianca is the one that keeps challenging Bayley, and Bianca is the one that keeps winning. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's one of those champions for a rookie face champion. That had air quotes for all my podcast listeners. For a rookie champion, I love that attitude. It's like you can get it anywhere type of attitude, and she's talked about on multiple interviews that she really liked. She wanted to do more stipulation matches, and this I Quit match, they said it, this will be the first I Quit match in like between the women in 13 years. Like,
oh my god,
what a mess.
And it's only the second one ever.
Wow.
Yeah, what was the first one?
I was trying to think. I don't know. It was sometime in 2008. So I'm wondering if it was like maybe Lita.
It was
2008.
Nah, I have no clue. But also, it was probably like 5 minutes, which is the hilarious thing. Well, I mean, sad actually, but like the women only got like a few minutes, if not like 30 seconds, for a match. So I'm curious about that. And I'm probably gonna Google it in a second.
Googling it right now. I know.
Cool.
Yeah, I was literally looking it up right now.
Yeah, we're all on the
Melina
Googles.
versus Beth Phoenix, apparently.
Oh, that's interesting.
I would not have guessed that.
No, don't really remember it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at the video. It's only the preview video is only 12 minutes. So.
Oops. Sad.
I know. Like, how are you gonna I Quit match?
How are you gonna quit in 12 minutes?
Yeah.
After all you've been through to get to this point in your career, you quit in 12 minutes.
I'm just
Come
gonna
on.
hope that they cut the clip down.
But yeah, I don't think that's
great.
it.
I thought it was great. Bayley was like, I've never said I quit in anything that I've done. You must be stupider than you look. And then Bianca was like, I thought I'd never want you to say anything else again. But I'm gonna relish you saying I quit. And this is gonna be insane, guys. Like an I Quit match between the two of them. They've already done a Hell in a Cell. We've already seen them on multiple occasions. Like, this is like, I'm freaking excited. And this kind of goes, I'm sorry, I'm going long-winded here, but Bianca is my fave. Bayley is my fave. I gotta keep it moving. But
yeah,
a best of 7 series. Like, I think WWE should do more best of 7 series and call them best of 7 series.
Exactly.
Because we have people who are doing multiple matches all the time, but it's just kind of just for no reason. When they did the bar, when Cesaro and Sheamus had their best of 7 series, which was the last one, I think they did a great job, but they should have done stipulations as the match has gone along. They didn't do that. And this is what Bianca and Bayley are giving me. They're giving me a best of 7 series with stipulations without it being a best of 7 series. So.
Yeah, but it's good. It's good that you're still entertained by it. That because like I I just love everything they've done with Bianca, and I mean, I love Bianca. I love Bayley, so the magic is there. I will just say I did appreciate Bianca's attire during this promo. Just like she gave me very like Beyonce with a baseball bat, kind of vibes, like hold up vibes, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I don't know either of them, so that's why I picked Bianca, because I was like, I like the hair, I love the vibe, I like you, so we're just gonna go with you. And oh my god, I love the picture that you just had up, because her hair, she's using it like as a prop. Yeah. So I hope she uses that in a fight. Like that would be amazing. Yeah, because to me, just like get smacked by that, you're out.
Oh yeah, we've seen it. We've
heard it too. It's like. It's intense. Yeah.
See, I like that. I had a fake braid at my wedding, so I really wish I did that.
Was like, that long?
No. Like it was at my waist, so not as long, but
come on.
Would not
only
recommend.
At your waist, really? Okay.
I know.
So just a really good promo from the two of them. And again, it's a way to make you get interested in a feud that's been going on for so long. Because at first I was like, oh god, like my biggest thing was I was hoping that they didn't do to her what they did to Naomi, where she's having her run, but her run is against one person the whole time, and by the time she moves on to the second person, she loses the belt. I don't want that to happen to Bianca, but at least with this run, in the difference between the Naomi run when Naomi was going up against Lana continually is that Bayley is such a professional and is so good at what she does that they're elevating both of them are elevated in this program.
Exactly.
So once Bianca does move off of Bayley, we're gonna be more confident in her skills, and I'm sure that's where the storyline is leading. That she'll be more confident in her skills, to see who whoever the next big boss might be that she moves on to. Other than that, we got. So speaking of people who fight way too much, we got. So we got
this is who I was referencing earlier when I was talking about just people complaining about people repeatedly facing each other. So you were referencing, I believe, Big E and Apollo, who have apparently been in I think it's Big E's had 14 matches this year on TV, and 11 of them have involved Apollo Crews in some way. So
I have the stats here. So Big E has wrestled 20 times in 2021. 15 of those matches have included Apollo Crews in some sort of manner.
Oh my gosh.
Of the 12 singles matches that Big E has had, only 3 of them didn't have Apollo Crews in.
Oh my gosh, what a mess with these numbers. By the way, thank you for having the numbers too, because that is hey, you know what? If they could, silver lining, if they could get better together by just getting comfortable and exploring and seeing where things go, then it's a good thing. I feel like I like Apollo more than I've liked him in the past. I like Big E more than I've liked him in the past. So silver lining.
Yeah, but also, sorry, Sasha, before you jump in here.
Oh, she's ready.
Right. But before that, I think this is a victim of circumstance, because again, before Aleister Black was let go, it was looking like Big E was going to transfer to a feud with Aleister Black, but then Aleister Black got let go, and it feels like they're kind of spinning Big E's wheels for a minute here. So that could be what's going on. Sasha, what did you think about this? And then we also got to talk about Sad Corbin and King Nakamura. But what did you think about this, Sasha?
Yeah. So first of all, I loved Big E. I thought it was really funny. I was like, I like your vibes. I'm a fan. But yeah, I'm it's really funny, the electric guitar moment. Oh my god, that is so mean. And I loved it.
They're the good guys.
Yeah.
Oh but gosh. I loved it, and I loved how the announcers were like, "Man, do that before or after?" But during a match, ouch. But I lived for it. Again, I thought it was unique, very much where they're just it was so coordinated where their legs were vibrating on his neck while the guitar went off. Hilarious.
Yeah, and then, I need that in slow-mo, by the way. Just the jiggle of the thighs really and the biggie. Really? I don't know if
that's gonna be on out of context.
On 0.5 speed.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
in case anyone didn't catch that, Matt said jiggle of the thighs in slow-mo. Yeah. Please.
And Sasha just repeated it. Yes. So
one of us are gonna make it.
No, Matt, please. Yeah. But I love that piece. And then, then they kind of go into the background a little. I was like, oh, y'all are losing. Like, this is like whatever. You had a cute gimmick. And then a car repoed? Are you kidding me?
Sad Corbin.
The Repo Man showed up from the early 90s gimmick.
Literally.
God, well, you know what? It happens. And Rick Boogs, which like all I could think about with BB coming up is Rick Boogie. But like Rick Boogs, side note, Mike Boogie definitely canceled. But Rick Boogs was being very helpful by letting Corbin know what was happening during that time, because that would be really annoying if he had to go to the impound lot and get his car back.
Okay. So that was Rick Boogs on the mic who was announcing? Okay, because I wasn't sure. I was like, who is the announcer who is just relishing in like destroying Corbin's life?
And why is Corbin, if you can afford a $250,000, $100,000, whatever car, you can afford that car, you can afford to get it repoed. So unless again your mouth is cashing checks that you can't cash if it's that issue, but if you can afford that car, don't let that car ruin your chance at a win. So it's a repo is like 500. It's not even what percentage of that, right? Is that $250K car? So please.
But before
the accountant Sasha Joseph right here. Thank you
so
much.
She's crunching the numbers.
I Googled percentages. Like no way.
Before the match, we got a sad we can't call him King Corbin anymore. He lost the right to be called King Corbin. Now Shinsuke Nakamura is the king. So I have to go back to calling him Baron Corbin, because they've been calling him King Corbin for 2 years now. And he was just talking about how once he lost his kingship, he lost everything. And he's like, he hasn't shaved. They when they were repossessing their car, they was like, what is King dash
Crabbin?
It's not King Crabbin, it's King Corbin. That was so funny. And I was like, why do I feel bad for Baron Corbin? Baron Corbin got distracted and lost the match. And then after the match, Rick Boogs was rubbing it in that he's not the king anymore. And then Corbin just like walked away and was like, kick a man while he's down. And I was like, this didn't result in anybody hitting each other. I was like, nope. Oh my God. I have sympathy for Baron Corbin. This is like the worst thing ever, but it's so good.
His car,
I don't know where this is going, but sad Corbin is like kind of awesome right now. Maybe I'm easily impressed, but
bar is low.
I want to see where this goes. I want to see where this goes, honestly, to be quite honest. So that was a match. We got Big E and Apollo again. We got King Nakamura versus Baron Corbin, and Rick Boogs just egging everybody on. But at the beginning too, though, when Baron Corbin came out, one of the announcers said oh, my bad. Baron Corbin too. So it's like they're all messing with him then. Like,
no, that's so rude. So rude. Leave him alone. Leave Baron alone.
See, right.
Kick a man while he's down, literally.
Yeah. So that was I like all the character layers that was going into. Really, really fun. Really fun match. But man, free Big E. Like, for real.
Yeah.
I hope he wins Money in the Bank. So, I mean, talk about people fighting forever.
Too much. They
did
too much.
Kevin
they didn't need to
Owens
do that.
Versus Sami Zayn in a last man standing match.
I love it.
A last man standing match just to qualify for Money in the Bank, yo. Like, I would be like, everybody better be doing last man standing matches, because why they have to do that for Money in the Bank and then some of the girls just getting announced? Like I'd be so mad.
I would be too, but I'd like to think that like that's like the gag where it's like,
Right,
ooh, we just saw these people kill each other. Okay, now I'm just gonna throw someone in the match because it's not like it's any baby faces or any good guys being thrown in. It's just like heel maneuvers, and so I appreciate that contrast, and I think it actually adds to the whole thing that Sonya Deville is doing with just putting women into the match. So
yeah, exactly. But this match, oh my gosh. Sonya, real quick, what did you think about this? As somebody
Sasha.
It's fine.
Because we just talked about Sonya.
Please don't stress.
Sasha, what do you think about
So when y'all were talking about right before we talked about Big E and Apollo, I thought you were talking about this match because I was like, they obviously have fought forever. First, I want to ask, is Sami okay? Like actually, you know, mentally, like, does he have, you know, all the support he needs? Because that was very stressful for me to watch because I was like, I'm trying to get into it, but Sami comes out very conspiracy theorist, like tinfoil hat man, and I was like,
very much.
And then I loved when they were arguing. And I think Sami was like, what's going on? Why is this happening? And then KO was like, karma.
Dang. Yeah.
So there was just a lot of like table to table to table, like breaking. Love that. Live for it. Yes. Like this was bizarro. Like very much. I was like, Robin Williams, Jumanji, like is back. Like that's the whole vibe I was getting from Sami. So again, I really like this, but I was also like, it seems like they're a little bit past their prime and just kind of fighting a little bit. Like this, it was crazy. He took him to one and then immediately took him to the next. Like, RIP, you're back.
And then he slammed him on the edge of the ring, which was definitely a callback to like the debut of Kevin Owens when they were best friends at one point. KO turned on Sami and just powerbombed him into the side of the ring. And so vicious, his back, but like two tables really. And then this I'm glad that was the end of the match because I don't know what else could have been.
They fought so many times. They had another callback where Sami hit KO with the haluva kick and told him to stay down, you know, and all that. Or why is this happening? They were yelling at each other. And this is what happens when the two of them get together. Like, honestly, they just know each other's limits. They take extreme amount of punishment. And it was just so good to watch. Like it was just very cathartic. And Sasha, you should follow Sami on Twitter. You would really like his
oh my God, great. I cannot wait.
But yeah, this is just two people who know each other so freaking well and can put on a great match with their eyes closed. And we've talked about this on season 1. We've talked about this every chance we get when they wrestle. But I mean, this was amazing. KO getting the win, barely escaping the second haluva kick. Just great. Yeah, great way. I'm glad KO's in the match. It sucks that Sami won't be in the match, but you know, they still got a few more slots to fill. So who knows what can happen.
Are they friends again now that you know this? They got it out of their system. Now I'm like, are you good? Are we good?
No, never.
They're good. They're
never. Are they good?
They're good.
The characters.
The characters, I mean, yes.
The characters. Oh, sorry, the characters. I don't know. But KO said he's gonna try to beat the conspiracies out of him. So
for all of us, I can get you for a few other people. I can contract you.
There are gonna be a lot of people doing like a face in hole type of thing, like of a conspiracy theorist, and then oh gosh, okay, well we'll see. This is it's a lot. It's a lot though. And you know what? I'm amazed that the conspiracy gimmick has gone on for so long. But I mean, they know what they're doing. He has done it, and he's a good guy otherwise, which I think is cool. And I'm just glad to see as not even the character, but like the person. I'm glad to see him feature and have that spot
because you know that like how he is as a person. You know that character is so over the top spoofy that he's just making fun of that type of character.
Got it.
Exactly.
So it's really really good. That was such a good match, man. It really was.
Yeah.
And then finally, so Sonya Deville comes out. She's like, okay, another person's getting a Money in the Bank spot. She announces Zelina Vega, which, yes, a little bit of background. Sasha, Zelina Vega has not been with the WWE since I think it was November of last
something
year.
Like that. Really? Yeah. So she was she was released from the company in November, December, like 8 months ago, I guess, right? 9 months ago.
Not amicably either. Yeah.
No, because there was a whole thing about WWE was shutting down people's Twitch streams and Cameo accounts because they didn't want them making money that way or whatever. Diluting the brand that way, however you look at it. And she was very vocal about that on social media. And I think she also mentioned something about wrestlers having a union, which is probably a great idea, but I don't think that's going to happen.
It is a great idea, but that's why I was like, oh, that's good. Don't
I don't think they forgot about that, but they brought her back anyway, which is nice. So.
Which is amazing because she's so good on the mic, which I'm pretty sure you probably caught up to that. And she's been wrestling for years now as well. Yeah, she was a well-known indie wrestler. So she came back and I was like, I'm shocked. But then we got Liv come out again, and Liv is like, yo, where is my spot? I deserve a spot. I beat Carmella. I beat Carmella the week before. And I literally had to go back to last week's episode and watch it because the whole time I was like, I thought Liv had a spot because she beat Carmella.
And I think we kind of I don't even know. We probably didn't spend much time talking about it, but that's something I wasn't totally sure of. Exactly. But also it wasn't guaranteed. Like that's one thing with WWE and the language. So we talked about the Bayley and Bianca I Quit match. And I'm sure a lot of people walk away from that saying, oh, they're going to have an I Quit match. Oh, Bayley's definitely going to leave the WWE if and when she loses, when it's like, you have to listen closely. They love to play tricks with on SmackDown with us. Yeah. And so,
rumor is though that Bayley does need a little bit of time off because she's been going through a few things, personally. So she might take a little bit of time off. That'd be great.
Good
if she
for
goes
her.
Out. Yeah.
Everyone should have time off.
Yes.
One way or the other. And I'm glad Sasha has had her time off too. Yes. Sasha Banks, has had her time off. And so it's good. It's good when we give that to people.
Yeah. So just a little bit more into this. So when I went back and I watched, Sonya Deville did not say if you beat Carmella you'll get a spot. She said prove to me, show me. And then once Liv pinned Carmella, they were like, even the announcers were like, will this convince Sonya that Liv deserves to be in the match? So it wasn't a surefire thing. So I really had to go back because I was so confused when on Monday they said they announced who was already in the match and she was not included. I was like, wait, I thought Liv beat Carmella and she's not in the match. But that's
Sonya's a hater. Sonya's a hater.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
We'll see what happens. You know what? And I do hope that Sonya just puts herself in the match.
Me too. I need that. I really need Sonya in the match. Sasha, what did you think about this?
Yeah. Story? First of all, is Sonya gonna rip her clothes off and get into the match? Because I love her outfit right now, but I could see the costume underneath.
I hope she's wearing a suit.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think she'll wear a suit. It just looks so good.
Yeah, I like her tie and everything.
Even
in that.
Yeah, I love it.
Those look like jeggings.
Yeah, if Corbin can wrestle in his, when he was the Constable Corbin, if he could wrestle in his tie, and if you haven't realized, Baron Corbin has had a lot of jobs in the WWE. Yeah. But then maybe Sonya might be able to.
Yeah. So
hers.
I want that. I also want to say again, I know it sounds so crazy because I keep talking about the people's outfits, but seriously, and then Liv Morgan's it says watch me on her butt. I was like, yes. Yes. I love it. That's what I like. So this was a really silly, fun match where I was like, what are y'all doing? It's just, and I was like, I don't think this is gonna get Sonya to believe you that you deserve a chance. And then all of a sudden, all these illegal maneuvers. Sonya, I see you not looking. The second time I saw you, and then I love that. Basically, it's do unto others what they do to you, literally. And that's how Liv wins it. So that was, I thought that was really silly, but fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Like Selena Vega is so good, just on the mic as a villain, just talking, like it's amazing. So I don't really care what she does.
Was iconic.
Yeah,
just her look too, and like hanging from the ropes, tying up Liv in them. Oh my gosh, just everything that Zelina brings is so great. I mean, I wish that she maybe like would have been highlighted in a different way upon her return, but I get it because she wasn't like a huge star before, but she did just return. And it's funny because they obviously didn't reference her being released or anything like that, which I think we'll get sometimes. What they did, though, is they were like, she's just been gone for however many months. And it's like, okay. Let's pretend that she wasn't fired from your company. But hey, I mean, hopefully things are better for her on this side of her experience with WWE. Let's fingers crossed for Zelina.
Exactly. And then there's just too many people also saying like, oh, why would she go back? And
you don't know. Right. You don't know her.
And this further tells me that, like, again, I think Tony Khan or whoever's doing the firing again did not consult creative, because we've been hearing for months back that Zelina was in talks to come back, and then while she was in talks to come back, they fired Aleister Black, who's her husband, and like you don't really do that. And then they're saying some reports that it was a mistake, and so they're letting Zelina come back in hopes of also getting Aleister Black, aka Tommy, in to come back. I'm just like, y'all gotta do better. I could see the whole point of bringing somebody in who can just cut people that are not so you're not thinking like emotionally or whatever, but you still got to be like on the same page with your cuts and stuff like that. And that's
they've hired and fired like a number of people. So we were talking about Tino Sabatelli last week, who was fired again after being fired in March of last year and then being rehired in October, and then Zelina fired in November or December and then brought back again, and then Samoa Joe was also let go in like April, and then also like just brought back again. So these people need to make up their minds. But it is kind of nice, I guess, that if you are released, I mean, it's not like literally the door is very much open for you to return if there's a spot.
Exactly. So that wraps up our highlights of the week. All of the highlights can be found in a very convenient playlist in our YouTube show notes and in the description of the podcast. You can find us on YouTube. Just look up the Wrestling RHAPup. You could also find us wherever you get podcast feeds. We will be back with our next segment. All right. It's that time. Are you ready for another whooping, Matt?
Why do you just drag me, Mari? Let's go. It's fine. It's over. I know. Let's just get this over with. How dare you? Let's do it. This is Creator Slur, where Sasha, we are going to give you the wrestling gimmick that we imagine for you, and you will select which one of us is. You won't select which one of us did better. You'll select the character that you feel is more yours. So I don't know who goes first. I don't remember how we did this last season.
You go first this time, because I went first last week.
Okay. Let me just.
Are we doing the time limit?
We're gonna have a timer.
Got it.
Here,
because somebody gets out of order.
No, look, okay, well, that's what you think, but somebody needs to check these time codes, because Mari, this is a conspiracy against me. I know that you definitely used more time on yours last week, and roll back the tape. And if I'm wrong, just Scott St. Pierre, edit out that part of the podcast where I went over. Thank you. But you know what? I'm ready to dive in. Let's do this. Let's do this. I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth. I'm also setting my own timer, because a conspiracy.
So you saying you don't trust Sasha? Are you saying you don't trust our guest?
Got it.
Wait, Sasha's doing the time? Mari, I thought you were timing me.
No,
I'm timing the both of you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm gonna leave my timer. I'm gonna bring my own timer just in case.
Got it.
Time. You know how it is. Conspiracies. Yes. But
okay, Sammy.
Anyway, let me tell you something.
I have a character, so I'm
I'm gonna pull up mine too because
you get a timer. You get a timer. You get a timer.
Thank you. Yes, I'm gonna set 2 timers because Mari probably hacked my original timer. But anyway, so let me start this out. Sasha, here's what I've got for you. I feel like I get a lot of different energy. I get the love energy, but I get the war energy. You give me make love, not war. And I'm going to go right to it. I see you being a matchmaker gimmick, whether you're a babyface or a heel. I could see you being a matchmaker. I know that you love those hot dummies on islands. I could put up with them sometimes too. Shout out to Kirsten McInnes. And you know what? I just want to also point out that we're going to put you in some kind of clothing that reflects the love that you reflect out and radiate out into the world. So I not only see you in a, head to toe kind of, imagine like Kill Bill, Uma Thurman bodysuit, but, I could see you in like either like a red or a yellow. We're going to go with yellow because it's just like, you're going to have a flower crown on. And what I picture is that you will show up just trying to show the love, trying to get people to love one another. And it doesn't need to be necessarily like romantic relationships. It doesn't necessarily need to even be tag teams. You do it all. Now, sometimes you show up to get people to come together just to be a little mischievous, you just like to laugh and see the world burn like the rest of us. We get it. But, I think the thing that would be like the heel side of your gimmick is when you're just trying to sabotage people and cause mess. I know that you like that mess. I know Love and Hip Hop. I haven't. I know that you watch that. I don't, but I'm sure that there's mess.
With the time?
So
almost 2 minutes.
Look, I know because it's 1 minute and 2. I have 2 seconds. 1 minute, 2 seconds. So 1 minute remaining. So what I picture for you is that. Again, as a face, more of a Cupid gimmick, as a heel, more of an aggressive friend kind of gimmick. Like, I know what's best for people. But what I picture for you when you're in the ring, when you come out, is that, you're not trying to fight people. I don't see you being like a normal active competitor. When people get on your bad side or when they disrespect your matchmaking, you're going to go out there. I know you're the football fan one of the football fans in this group. I'm not one of them. So I see you sacking people, coming for them, just taking them out. Like you're just doing a plain old spear through people. And that's all you really need to take over. And I picture for you that you would be the person who's at the center of so much mess. You could spark various feuds in your bodysuit. And really, I have 5 seconds left. So you could be everything that you want to be and more. And that's the beauty of my gimmick. And time.
I love it.
That was high pressure. Oh, this timer is... Oh, wow. No one heard what I just heard in my ears, but we'll go with that.
What was it like
it was like an alarm clock.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, because your timer was going.
Yeah. Shout out to not our sponsor, but maybe future sponsor, online-stopwatch.com for that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
well.
Mari.
Great.
Are you ready though?
Oh,
no. Okay, wait. No, this is where we need rules because I'm not. Look, we know how good it was.
Don't look at this video clip yet.
What? There's a video clip?
Oh no!
It's probably not even good. And honestly,
okay.
Start
my timer, please.
Okay.
Wait.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
Go.
So whatever Matt said, forget all of that. We're going full leaning into the Love and Hip Hop. You're coming out in a bodycon dress that you can wrestle in. You're gonna have you're gonna have your dog in your purse. You have your little dog in your purse. We're going full housewife. We're going housewives, Love and Hip Hop, kind of like Frankie Monet's character for everybody on NXT who's following along. I'm talking big hoops, sunglasses at all times.
You can't wrestle in hoop earrings.
It doesn't matter. Excuse me. Did I interrupt you?
Keep going.
No, I did not. So you're gonna have your own VIP section, kind of like Tyler Breeze first had it when he first came out. So when you're coming out and you're just like watching your opponent, you're gonna have a little VIP section near the booth, the booth
gimmick infringement.
And then of course you have to have your own trademark black henchman. We're gonna give you an almost type henchman who will follow behind you, who will catch your coats.
Oh wow!
Yes. Yeah. We're not doing fur coats. We're doing full leather. We're doing leather coats, bodycon dress, dog in the purse. And we're going full, like, you're going to get into the ring. You're going to do the whole, oh, you think you shaking the table. We're going full love and hip hop. Like, when you get mad, you're going to throw a drink in somebody's face. I love Carmella's old
disrespectful.
Gimmick. Like,
you're better than that, Sasha.
Full tilt. And then for your finishing move, you can now watch the YouTube clip. Your finishing move will be Melina's finishing move. It's called the Last Call. It's basically a sunset flip or a code red, whatever you want to call it. Canadian Destroyer. It has like 8 different
Just
names.
Because it's on YouTube doesn't mean it's good.
A sunset flip. And then you're gonna be a bad guy. You're gonna start off as a bad guy because it's love and hip hop. You're gonna talk about all the girls. They're ratchet. They are not in your league. We might even have you record your own. I think I want you to record your own track. I want you to be like Jocelyn Hernandez, like one word for 3 bars type of, like, not even a full rap song, just like full auto tune and
oh god,
and
I'm just
4-word lines. And then I think that's it. How am I doing on time?
2:36.
You have 20 seconds. Yeah. You have some
20 seconds now. Yeah.
Do you want to use it for anything?
I don't need the 20 seconds.
Wow, what a flex.
It's a flex.
Oh my god.
It's a flex.
I will say this.
Love this.
That I do love the idea of, I like a good musical track. You know, I don't know what the words would be. I don't know what the beat would be, but we're going to use royalty-free music so that we don't get taken off of YouTube. We have questions.
God.
You get to pick between we didn't give her names though. We didn't give her a name. So Matt,
what do you mean?
We didn't give her a name. We
no,
gotta give her like a WWE moniker. You didn't give her, so you
no. I was just look. I know that you look on social media. Fun size in this gimmick. Love size.
Oh,
love size. Okay. I think I like. Sasha, what's your middle name?
Elijah.
Elijah?
Yeah, it's an all-boy name, basically.
Fun fact.
Yeah. In India, you get your dad's middle name. It's very basic. Yeah.
Makes sense. So, Satine Elijah. Satine Elijah.
What?
Yeah. Yep. There it is. It has to be an over-the-top name. It's a wrestling gimmick name. Satine Elijah.
No.
There we go. You can now pick.
Yeah, you could pick. I mean,
oh, this is so hard.
Is it though?
Yeah, because I feel like the both of you capture different sides of me. Where I feel like Mari, you're like what I want to be, but I don't think I actually am. If that makes sense. And then Matt, I feel like I'm not
what you want to be.
Yeah, and I don't think Matt, I'm as nice as you. Like maybe I come on.
No. It's not that you. It's not that you're nice. It's that you would give that perception until you get evil, and you're like, I'm here to take it. Like,
true.
But it's like it's the type of thing
Matt,
where like you know how good you. I'm taking your 20 seconds. You know how good you are. You know how good you are, and you're gonna make sure that other people see how good you are, and that you're the best. You'll be the maid of honor on their wedding day. You will be the officiant. You will be the referee on their when they have their breakup feud, because you're going to be at the heart of their relationship. You will take pride in that. You will have all of the wedding invites and all of the thank you letters too. And I think that's I think that you'd be into that.
I know. It's like very hard, I will say, because again, like, yeah, I agree with the both of you. I think y'all, thank you, first of all, for putting in the effort. It takes a lot of work. I definitely couldn't do it. So that's number one. And then secondly, I think I have to go with Mari.
Yes. Bang, bang.
I know. I'm sorry, Matt. I really feel like you could also have won. Mari, I will say I would never have a dog on account that I'm very scared of them. I love them, but I'm very scared.
That's what you want to work your way up
to exactly. That's I feel like Mari's was more aspirational, like what I want to be in life. And then I will say what put it over the top was the posse, was the man. You know, I'm married. It's fine, but cheap. Like, yeah, I'm a cheap date. What do you want? Exactly. You know.
No, I have to say, well played by Mari. You know, get Omis in there or whoever it is. I don't know, but you have a casting call. You could have and you could even do a matchmaker thing for him.
Exactly.
See, this is the thing, Mari. If we just came together, I think we would make magic.
Super team.
Yes, I agree, but it's just not as fun. I really enjoy winning. So
yeah, but I will win again one day.
Yeah, you will.
No, Matt, it was really good. I want to say Matt, I feel like did the most like I felt like he brought in like all my hobbies.
It was literally based on the Instagram live that you did. I was tapped in.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what I want to say. That's why I appreciated the both of you. It took a lot of work. I felt very special. I'm an only child, spotlight always on me type. So I loved it. But yeah, I think it was it was the posse, man.
It's always
sometimes the posse is what does it.
The VIP section.
We need to trademark shirts that say Black Henchman. I'm telling you, if you've listened to any,
we'll put it on the RHAP shop. Totally.
Yes. Oh my god. But no, please don't just buy them.
Please don't do that.
Please don't.
People.
Oh, no. Oh, that was so fun.
Yeah, what a great time. And you know, I really feel like a winner here just because you're here, Sasha.
Oh, y'all are too nice.
Yeah, oh my gosh. This is so much fun. Sasha has chosen her wrestler, so the next time her RHAPsler. So next time she comes on the show,
what's the name?
Satine Elijah. I'll spell it in the chat for you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my god.
Not Satine Elijah.
That's how I think that's
SATEEN.
I don't know if that's how y'all spell Elijah. That's how we spell
it. Something just really funny. My parents were they're divorced. So they were gonna name me like mix of their name, like Almira, because my dad's name is Elijah and then my mom's name is Shamira. And I was like, that's so embarrassing. Like bullying central.
No,
God, like
it's not Elmira? A bad name. I mean, like Elvira.
Please.
Yeah.
But then probably people just would have called you Elmira.
Elma. And that's
oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. The tiny
I'm so glad that
you know, thank God. So I always giggle when my parents' names are any part of me because I was like, they really tried to screw me. But thank you to my aunt who found Sasha.
There you go. Oh my gosh.
Your parents tried to screw you. This is like perfect pro wrestling. This is like a Vince McMahon, Stephanie McMahon situation.
Oh, yes. So and that's why I'm a villain.
You are. You are a villain. Oh, our favorite villain. Thank you for villaining with us.
Thank you so much for inviting me. This was genuinely so much fun to watch and like tap in all those like old memories that I honestly like just were stored in somewhere.
Well, thanks for tapping in and not tapping out. That's could that be my catchphrase or something?
Catchphrase. Sure.
We'll work on it. And I probably won't remember it after this episode ends. Yeah. No.
Okay, and before we go, we just have to do our shoot of the week. A shoot is anything that is unplanned, unscripted, or real life occurrence in wrestling. This week we want to shoot, but we want to give some flowers. It's a nice shoot today, right, Matt? It's not. We're not getting shady today, which is unfortunate because we have Sasha here, but we're not going to get shady.
I mean, who knows? We might get shady.
Maybe a little bit.
I'll think about it.
So the WWE released their 50 greatest tag teams list. And lists are their list, but
ranking arbitrary and reductive.
Exactly.
Shout out to Stephen Fishback, who, by the way, he's a great dancer. I saw him twerking on Instagram the other week. Yeah. Freak of the week.
Happy Pride, everyone.
Happy Pride. Yeah. Thank you, Steven. But yes, these lists, I don't know what it is with WWE and them posting these lists, because they just love to, you know what? Maybe they know that people are going to argue over them. And that's the whole point.
Well, this was the one list that I was kind of like, like it was,
I haven't seen the list.
So the top 5, I have the list.
Wait, it's 50 tag teams.
Yeah, it's the 50 greatest tag teams. WWE's 50 greatest tag teams. I have the top 5 here because I think that's the most relevant and that's what people have been really talking about. So number 5 is the Dudley Boys. Number 4 is Edge and Christian. Number 3 is the Hart Foundation. Number 2 is the Hardy Boys. And then number 1 was the New Day. So I wanted to highlight this because I love the New Day. The New Day are amazing. Sasha, the New Day is Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, who is out this week, and then Big E. They're the New Day. Yeah, exactly. And they're the longest reigning WWE tag champions of all time. They held the belts for like, oh my gosh, what was it like?
Forever.
400 or 500 days for one point. Yeah, and I have to give them their flowers because the New Day is the greatest modern tag team as of right now, and it's so great that they're actually getting the recognition for it. Also, this top 5, honestly, you could have kind of like scrambled it any way, and I would have been happy. The Hart Foundation was really before my time, but I know their importance on the tag team division. Because Bret Hart started off as a tag team specialist. Natalya tries to carry that through what she does now. But that does seem high for them. I would love to see where the Usos ranked. I forgot.
I can't even. I honestly can't even like start to think about these rankings, because then it's just like you get stuck in a cycle of like, well, I moved them up, but then I moved them down, and then you think of something else, and it's just like. I always feel so, it's fine. I was going to say, I feel really bad for the people who are like on the lower end of the list, but whatever. It's just a list. It's fine. It's cool. I won't even think about it too much, but it was actually cool just thinking of the whole list overall to see like different tag teams mentioned that you might have forgotten about, or it's been a long time since WWE has acknowledged them. And it's nice to see WWE acknowledging their talent, even if it's like number 50,
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And I mean, again, having the Dudley Boys there, Edge and Christian, and the Hardy Boys, I mean, the 3 of those teams really did just usher in a new era of tag team wrestling for WWE specifically, not trying to erase anybody else there. But like their TLC matches are the reason why we still have TLC to this day. So just great all around. I love when WWE celebrates their people, because sometimes they don't. And like Matt said, like sometimes they just be like, they let people go and just be like, who?
They're like, who? Yeah, they just love to put people out. They could get petty, and we get that, and we understand it. So like petty. There are, I'm sure, teams. I'm going to search on Twitter just to look for the mess to see what teams people are saying should be on the list and aren't. Because that's an interesting conversation, especially when you have 50 teams that you listed. Like, I don't know I'm surprised that there were 50 teams that they could add to the list. Some of them were a little more like I saw Batista and Ric Flair as one of them.
On there. Yeah.
That's a good tag team.
But
they didn't really stretch too hard to like figure out tag teams, which I appreciate.
Yeah, exactly. And the New Day were tag team champions for 483 days is the record. So wow, that's amazing. So just a quick just a quick, we love Biggie, we love Xavier Woods and Kofi. So big shout out to them, honestly. Yeah. So Sasha, where can the people find you?
Great. You can find me on Twitter at funsize_04 and Instagram the same with just one extra E, funsize. I don't know. It was taken. And you can follow me on YouTube at Silent Podcast, where I'm with a few other class of 2020 folks. I'm currently talking about Survivor South Africa, so check those out. We've got a few castaways like talking with us. It's really fun.
Wow.
And not on the podcast, but on Twitter at least. So it's been like a fun ride. So yeah, it's been really fun. And I was just on Too Hot to Handle. We love it. You can find me thirsting over Marvin any day. So make sure
show?
Yeah. What?
On Netflix?
Yeah.
I haven't watched the latest episodes.
Oh, sorry. No, just I love Marvin. That's all. Like,
oh no. I'm gonna get on Netflix right now and watch this episode. I'm like, I don't know what Sasha's doing there.
No, I was on with Kirsten and Azah.
Got it.
Yeah.
No, and and by the way, brilliant show to podcast about. It's a lot of fun, and I'm excited to tune into that one because
same. I'm not caught up yet.
Yeah, it's a really fun show. I mean, I hadn't seen season 1 either, but I was very into it, and just looking at Marvin, it's been great.
I like season 1. Season 2, I think I'm on like the 3rd episode, and I'm just like, oh, these people don't care.
Exactly. They don't give two F's about anything.
And that's why I'm like,
it's
I don't
so
know
good.
if it's good for
which
them
like
or bad.
fair. It's not. It could if it was $1 million, like maybe they'd care a little bit more.
Million divided by 8 is still nothing after taxes. Like just get on the show and get
especially
your clout.
after how much they're doing. On it.
Get your clout. Get
your clout and go.
Yep. I think you should get your clout and get some screen time, man. That's it.
Anywhere else, Sasha?
No, that's it. Thank you so much for having me. Seriously.
Thank you for being here.
Of course. Matt, let's tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, I'm gonna just plug Matt Scotchy W on Twitter. Hit me over there. I also will just shout out Sasha and Kevin for the Asian American representation podcast because as I keep saying to people and not to you, it's just good to know that we have a place for our voices and hopefully not only talking about reality TV, but just like talking about these issues, we could have more of a platform for that on RHAP and beyond. So thank you for that. And shout out to you. But yes, at Matt Scotchy W, especially on Twitter, but across all of the social media on Stereo. And that's all I'll plug this week.
That's all
Mari,
this week?
That's all I'll plug this week. Because I feel like it's just been like plug. I just want to go back to like just only plugging Twitter and that's it. Yeah, being chill.
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Mari Talks Too Much. I'm also on Stereo at Mari Talks Too Much. That's 2 like the number 2. In our episode description, you can find the Black Voices of RHAP, the wonderful podcast that Matt will not plug. That he.
Oh wait, I thought I indirectly plugged it.
You did.
Also, you'll find the Asian American representation podcast there as well in our show notes if you want to find a quick link to that.
Yes.
Thank you.
No problem.
No problem. And hopefully you'll be hearing me on some BB23 coverage as well. If you have any questions, like we said, please email us. Send your emails to wrestling@RHAPhasawebsite.com. Rate, subscribe, review on YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. Send us your comments. We might read them on the show. You can also tweet at us using hashtag Wrestling RHAPup or, add us at Wrestling RHAPup. And we'll get back to you. So we also did our BB23 cast assessment podcast that came out yesterday. We are going to finish the simulation. So if you want to stick around, if you're on YouTube, stick around. You'll watch the simulation where we do 2 battle royals to determine the male winner of BB23 and the female winner of BB23. Maybe we can say like that's the final 2, and then maybe we can have like people vote on who they think will win.
Yeah, we could put a poll up or something like that. That's a great idea.
If you're listening to us on your podcast feed, jump over to YouTube so you can catch the simulation and maybe catch the podcast again. Other than that, if you're going out now, we'll see you later. Watch out for any flying elbows. Peace.
Yeah. But I guess we have some simulation stuff happening.
Yes. Let's get to it.
Magic. Yeah, so we're just gonna like dive right in, and
let's show the
first
cast
place
pictures.
to start is with the cast pictures, just to remind people of who the different wrestlers and house guests are. That's what they call them in Big Brother.
Yep, the house guests.
Here is a look at these folks, and we're going to start out just looking at a refresher of the men, and a reminder that we had Puya and Grace helping us figure these out. I would like to say, I mean, I don't think any of us could have come up with this cast of wrestlers alone. And this is going to be interesting to see how the Battle Royal shakes out. But just a reminder, of course, as you can see here, we have Christian from the cast, who is going to be represented or proxied by Christian the wrestler. Brent, the flight attendant, represented by Dolph Ziggler, who also has abs that'll cut your something. I don't know what abs cut.
Your eyes?
If they cut things.
Cheeks?
Eyes.
Great cheeks. Wash clothes.
Well, yeah, you can wash.
I don't know. Derek F, who is represented by Big E. Frenchie, Brandon, in other words, represented by Heath Slater, his real life doppelganger, I will say.
I know, he looks exactly like him.
Exactly. And we've got Travis with Matt Riddle, who we talked about. Xavier, represented by the one, the only, the champ, Bobby Lashley. Derek X, who is represented by Daniel Bryan, and Kyland, represented by Xavier Woods. So,
I wanted to ask Sasha, what did you think of the cast? Have you dived into the Big Brother cast yet?
Oh, I have. Yeah. I think Kyland's my winner pick. I will say, especially after hearing a little bit of him, they gave us like crumbs. But I loved his interview. I think he's like, they're all actually pretty good gamers, which like finally, thank you, you blessed us, Big Brother. So I'm excited. I like the diversity, but I'm still gonna not go all in, because it is still US Big Brother. There's still a twist night one. Like, everyone, please, like, don't forget, because if these captains come out the way we don't want them to, I can see us again getting really screwed. So we're gonna cautiously optimistic about this cast.
Yep.
Yeah, this will be really interesting.
You're picking Kyland for your
I think Kyland is like my winner.
Okay. Yeah. Any other? I don't know if there's like a pick. Well, I would say like my winner pick of just the guys, probably. You know what? I'm just gonna go with the wishful thinking, Derek. I just love everything about Derek, and I want him to succeed and to shine. So we'll see, but he's my guy. I mean, Mari, do you have a winner pick for the season yet? At least from the.
Yeah, I was gonna pick Derek as well, but to make things interesting, and Kyland, I do like Kyland too. I am gonna pick Xavier because, oh my God, look at him. Like, I'm gonna pick Xavier.
Look at him.
Also, the way he sounds is exactly what I wanted him to sound. So, like, thank God that happened.
It's like a deep, or as Puya said, a thick voice.
A thick voice.
Oh yes, I heard that.
Check that clip on RHAP Grams and the RHAP Twitter handle. Yes. All right. So is the simulation next, Matt? Or let's
look at who the women are next before we dive into the simulation. So we have Alyssa, represented by the one and only, the most beautiful woman in WWE, Carmella. Christie, who is represented by Brie Bella of the Bella's Divas Total fame. Tiffany, represented by Natalya, the veteran. Azah, who is represented by Sasha Banks, the boss, the legit boss.
The GOAT.
Not the GOAT. Hannah, represented by Ember Moon. Whitney, Again, I see a little bit of doppelganger-ish stuff, but with Lacey Evans. Britini, who is represented by the ever-energetic, enthusiastic Bayley. And Sarah, who is represented by Candice LeRae of NXT fame and of the tag team, the stable, really, the faction, The Way. Thoughts on this group?
I think we did a great job with the Britini and Bayley comparison. Now that we've seen more of her
yes,
side by side, yeah.
Now that we've seen more, they released a little bit more video. She is so full of energy and these TikTok dances. She is so old school Bayley. If I'd never seen it, so we did a good job there. But I'm picking. If I'm gonna pick a winner, it's gonna be Azah. It's gonna be the GOAT, Sasha Banks. That's why we put her there. That's why we called her GOAT. I really want her to win. I want her to go far at the very least. Again, cautiously optimistic. But that's my winner pick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we have our first Indian woman in 23 seasons.
That's crazy.
Oh
gosh.
So I mean, Hannah, I have to pick her because representation. We had Rohan last season, but he was in Canada. So it's been 23 seasons. I have to ride for Hannah, even though Azah is I think, out of this has the best chance, but I gotta ride for Hannah.
I need them to team up. I need them
if they don't, I'm telling you, it's a fight for me because this is who else? Tiffany, and these three literally in the middle. Gotta be together, and the rest, it's okay. I
would actually expand it to Christie too, the four of them.
Oh,
Christie, Tiffany, Azah,
did you see
Hannah?
Christie's Instagram though? I was something about I'm not having it. So
I have to go back.
I hope that it's coming out very sweet. So I hope it's real sweet. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. I couldn't tell. Yeah, if it was she was for real or not. That's why I was I don't know.
We'll find out, and hopefully Big Brother Twitter is nice to all of them when we find out. But I'll go with Tiffany because for me, I mean, I do like that she's the oldest in the house, and I feel like this is something that always bothers me with Survivor, but we just don't get the age diverse. We get older women voted out first oftentimes, right? And it's so sad because I did say older woman, not old women, because 40 is still very young. It's so wild how warped age is in this show especially, but you know what, so we have Tiffany, we have Azah, we have Hannah. These are our people, but I mean, I don't know what to say. I feel like it's time for us to dive right into the battle royal if you're ready.
So yes, we are gonna show this simulation of the battle royal. We are gonna do our best to commentate over it.
Yes.
And we're going to try and remember the names as we go, who's representing who.
It's going to be tough.
It will. That's why we wanted to put the names and stuff on there, because it's really hard, because this cast just dropped. Nobody expects everybody to remember the names so quickly. So this is going to be fun. I can't wait, Matt.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, let's just dive in. Sasha, I would say as we go along, if there are questions, anything, just bring them up. This is going to be interesting.
Got you. Can't wait.
Feel free. Yeah, we're about to talk all over this.
Yes, we
Let's
are.
go.
Let's go.
That was very Maryland.
Oh my God.
Here we go. The first out coming to the ring, Heath Slater.
That's Frenchie.
Travis.
Frenchie. Got it.
Yes. Frenchie.
They're coming out one by one right now.
Yeah.
Riddle.
And this is Travis.
I was like, this looks like Travis to me.
Oh yeah, I don't see.
All right, Biggie representing Derek F.
Yeah, look at those dance moves.
Oh
yes.
Ooh,
yeah, give us that. Ooh, yeah, clap.
I think they got them in common, yeah.
These hips don't lie, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at this. Ooh, who are we getting?
Bobby Lashley. Okay, Xavier, this is my
look
pick.
At that. And I love those elbow pads. They're very like knee pads. Ooh, look at that. Dolph Ziggler on the BB Mania stage.
So who we got?
Christian, right? I think.
Brent.
Oh no, Brent. Sorry.
Brent, yes. This will be a lot. And then we have Daniel Bryan coming out representing Derek X.
Derek X was really quiet in a lot of his video stuff. So I'm really interested to see if he'll come out of his shell in the house.
Yes.
Christian representing Christian.
Christian. Again,
Christian looks very corny. The wrestler, I mean.
WWE Universe!
Okay. Wait. Wait. Okay. Yeah.
We need to show respect.
Yeah. I hope that might get muted, yo.
Yeah, very much that.
We could only. Oh my God! Look, speaking of the shaky legs, ooh, give us that double stanky leg
break
right
your
there.
leg.
Xavier Woods.
Xavier Woods.
Yes.
Will be representing Kylan.
Yes, my winner pick. Look at him.
Kylan has a lot of good knowledge of the game.
Yeah.
It's just will he talk himself to death? You know what I'm saying?
Too hard, too fast is what I'm stressed about.
Too hard, too fast.
And the battle royal is starting out fast, quick and fast. There's a lot happening.
Is that Christian?
Has anybody gotten out? Somebody gotten out?
Everyone's still in.
No, Christian. Look at him.
Oh my God.
Another one.
Riddle is gone. So Brent is out. Oh wow.
Bye, Brent.
This is moving fast so far.
I think this is so good though. Okay, so Brent is out.
Derek F is out. Derek F was just tossed out.
Oh my God!
Yeah, they just dragged him out like no problem,
like a sack of potatoes.
Okay.
Oh,
well, I hope this is the boot order because.
Don't play me.
Only 2 weeks of Derek F would be.
Honestly.
Yes, look at Xavier though. Come on.
Yes, come on.
Help him. Oh, come on.
Oh my God, we see. Ooh.
Can't they tag together? All right, what the heck?
No, it's since it's a battle royal, they're just getting people over this rope.
Yeah.
Like so who I gotta pull this up again.
Let's break this down here. So we have Xavier. Okay, wait, this is gonna get confusing.
This is Derek
Xavier
X versus
Wood.
Xavier Wood use the cast name. Yeah, use the cast name so we can
so Derek X is putting the beat down on
Xavier.
Oh, not this.
Oh, he's about to toss him.
Oh,
I know.
No.
We need them to
no.
Oh no! It looks
okay.
What's that other guy out?
Who's
that? Is that Brent? Is that Brent Champagne?
Brent Champagne is currently working on throwing out. Christian's working on throwing out Brent.
Who just went
no,
out?
Xavier.
Oh, we saw. Yeah.
Xavier is gone.
This isn't looking good, actually, guys.
This is the worst boot order ever.
So this is very much BBUS, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, this is very much lots of BBUS.
Oh my gosh! I hope we're not jinxing this season.
No, we're
simulation.
No.
The simulation does what it does. So
wow. Okay, so still have Brent is fighting with Kylan. We have
stay back, Derek.
Fighting with Frenchie.
And we have Derek X just standing there.
Yes, that's what, as he should.
As he should. Derek X is
move.
Floating right now.
Smart move for a startup founder. Just kind of wait and watch the landscape.
Yeah, it's okay. As long as Kylan doesn't go over the rope, we're good. We're good.
So here's my question. Can two people tag and get one person out?
They can work together.
But why aren't they doing that?
They just look. It's a lot. It's hectic. You know how the Big Brother house is. People are just coming for each other. There's no. I'm glad we didn't really see at least an obvious big alliance take over this battle.
Well, correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get him
out. Oh my gosh! And Derek X standing there. It looks like Christian and Derek X might come for each. Oh my gosh! Christian going after Derek X.
Oh no. No, please.
Oh my gosh. And now we see.
This is the worst.
Take a breath. Take a breath, Kylan. We need you.
You're right.
Kylan just even duck out of the ring.
Did Kylan just hit himself?
He tried to do a drop kick and just landed on his face.
Oh, not the mic situation. Oh, his knee's done.
Yes,
we might be getting this. Who knows?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Kylan getting
Kylan.
smushed by a frog splash.
Christian tries to take out Kylan right before the jury starts.
Yeah, Kylan is getting hit. Oh,
Kylan. Okay.
All eyes on Kylan. Like, let's see how he does here.
Yep.
Who's that? Is that Frenchie hanging out now?
Frenchie and Derek X are going at it now.
Kylan on the edge.
No.
Kylan just got taken out.
Oh my God,
so right now we have Christian, we have Brent Champagne, and we have Travis. Oh wait, no, that's not. Who's the one? X. What's his name?
Daniel Bryan is Derek X.
Girl, I don't even know.
That's the only one I know. That's why.
Oh no, Heath. Who's Heath Slater? Oh, Frenchie.
Frenchie.
I keep blocking him out. I keep thinking he's Travis.
Oh my
God. One person of color left. Cannot believe they're Asian. We love that.
Yeah, we do love that.
Yeah, but why wouldn't it be an
good here?
All POC at the end?
This is legit. We just previewed the whole season.
This is a little bit post-traumatic.
Get him out. Is that Frenchie?
Okay, that's Frenchie. Frenchie is hanging on.
Kick him.
Still hanging on.
Brent Champagne trying to get Frenchie out.
I like Frenchie over Brent. Oh God, that's hard.
I mean, let's see how this goes here. I don't
see where this plays out.
This is very stressful. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Derek just kicked Christian in the head.
All right.
Oh my God. Derek is just like going. He's coming for everybody. Like he's just taking them all apart little by little. Ooh.
And that's what he's going to have to do in that house. In that big brother house, he's going to have to pick his spots. He's going to have to attack when he needs to. And he might have to lay low.
And let's just break this down for a second. We have Derek, who is the startup founder. Ooh! Just took out a flight attendant, Brent Champagne. And
Champagne is out. Oh, no.
No. You never want to run out of champagne.
Frenchie and Derek X are locking up.
Yes.
So if we got Frenchie, Derek X, and
so
Christian
Frenchie or Derek X are going to be really tired is the problem.
It seems like it.
Oh
no! Derek is on the verge of getting taken.
Come in. Yes.
Christian and
took out Frenchie.
Work together.
So I think Christian really is going to have to do what he did in this simulation. He's going to have to beast mode his way. Because he didn't seem to have too much personality in what little we've been given. So the physical competitions are probably going to need to be his bread and butter.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a farmer, Frenchie. So I think we shouldn't sleep on his endurance.
He's going to plant some seeds to the wind. Maybe that's what we're going to see. But I will say, and we see Derek kind of climbing up, just like startup founders need to. That you have to start from nothing, start from the bottom. Sometimes maybe that's what we're getting here with Derek. Christian making it very far, getting beat up by Derek a little bit, but Christian making it very far in this match. And honestly, we have seen a lot of very basic people without a lot of personality get far in the Big Brother game, so not a surprise there.
Yeah.
And then we have the Donnie archetype here with Frenchie.
Frenchie. At least Frenchie gives us something.
He's a fan. So depending on how this house shakes up, as long as I said it on the recap, I can see him trying to make a big move for a big move's sake.
Yes.
And if he does that, he can play himself out of the game.
Well, we might see him
gonna do something.
Christian.
Yeah, he's gonna do something on the live feeds that are gonna be so wild that he might get.
Frenchie's picked up.
He eliminated
Frenchie.
Christian.
Just
So
dumped Christian out.
Winning or what?
We're down to Frenchie versus Derek X. They're the final two men wrestling for supremacy of the house.
All right, I'm into this final two because very unlikely final two. How did they get here? Are they friends? Did they covertly work together?
I have so many questions.
Yeah.
Oh
my gosh.
Derek X is not a fan of Big Brother. So he's not a fan, but it looks like he did his homework. Looks like he did a lot of homework on it. So
he did.
We'll see if he can. I think his road to the end is he has to hook up with somebody more charismatic.
Yes.
Wait a minute. 100%. What's going on? Derek?
The one.
Derek X with the win, and he wins the winner pick championship for BB23. Everybody pick it in. Look at this. Look. Oh my God, look at that title. Look at
first
he's holding it
Asian male winner.
Yes, first Asian male winner of Big Brother, allegedly coming up. We will see if this actually happens. Oh yeah.
Yep, I was thinking in my head. Yep, that would be it.
And he's represented by Daniel Bryan, who is not an Asian man, but it works. He won.
Listen, we have to take anything we can get as people of color to get ahead.
Exactly.
All right, so
and we're
Carmella is represented by
what's her name? Alyssa. Thank you.
Yes.
Yep. All right, and we got
Tiffany.
Natalya.
Oh, this is a good one. Yes. I like Natalya.
Yeah, her and her cats.
Yes, her cat.
Yes.
Is she still married to that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
TJ or Tyson Kidd.
TJ.
Yeah, he's a producer now in the back.
I hope he's better.
Yeah. No, I mean, I hope so. There's a lot that he's going
to. He's alive.
Bayley, aka Britini. Look at this. And by the way,
TikTok dance. Yes.
Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube men with Bayley, of course.
You nailed it because I can.
Wow.
Candice Lerae. This is Sarah. Sarah's
energy.
Video packages were very I don't know. She might be the quirky underdog girl we root for, but we don't know.
Like Frank and what was her name? Not Brittany.
Bridget.
Bridget. Oh my God. Yes.
So,
and we have Hannah represented by Ember Moon. Yes. Yeah, take that in. That's right.
Yes.
That's the energy we want bring for Hannah. I think we just heard her scream, Hannah!
Brie Bella.
This is Christie, I believe.
Yes, it's the vegan connection.
Yeah, it's the vegan connection.
Oh, I like that.
Wait.
Of course, the boss. Legit boss, Sasha Joseph. Yes. This is Azah.
Yes.
My winner pick.
Yes.
Your winner pick anytime. We get Sasha, Azah. I get it.
All right.
And here's Whitney. Actually, that might actually be Whitney. I can't. Oh no, that is indeed Lacey Evans. But her twin. I hope that we're really able to remember that this is Whitney because.
Yeah. All right. And Battle Royale has started. It is.
Let's go.
It is a mess.
My God.
So everyone's still in there, right?
Yes.
Everybody is still in there. Some keys to win. I think Hannah.
And Christie's out.
Bye, Christie. Oh, another one. Oh,
Tiffany.
Tiffany, bye.
Oh, man. Tiffany is out. Tiffany,
come on. All Girls Alliance. Let's do it.
A reality.
Sasha just, no.
Whitney's gone.
Azah just took out.
Gone.
Yeah.
Okay. Azah took out Whitney. Okay.
Okay.
So Whitney, Christie.
Who's on the floor?
Oh, that's Hannah and
Hannah
and Britini.
Come on.
No, they're okay though. They're still
no
in
pressure.
Oh, right.
Lord.
So
there was just so many people left there. I didn't even get to my keys to the win.
Yeah, sorry, Mari.
Mari. Ooh, and then Alyssa is out.
So Azah is gonna be playing playing with fire a little bit. Got
Azah
it.
Just eliminated 3.
She's on a run right here. Herself? Oh wait, are we gonna see Hannah get thrown out by Britini?
No, Hannah, come on, Hannah.
Britini, calm down, Britini, calm down.
Okay, so Azah is.
Yes, good
Azah
job.
and Sarah.
Hit her in the back of the head.
Sarah, that's who it was. Yes.
Azah and Sarah.
Come on, Sarah Beth.
Azah is Queen Bee. Is Sarah gonna be the opposition that Azah is gonna try and get rid of? Because right now Azah is the Queen Bee of this match.
Yes, 100%.
Oh. Ooh, we just saw Azah punk herself out. Sarah jumped out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Which
who is Hannah fighting again? Sorry.
Hannah is fighting none other than Britini.
Oh, Britini.
Full
come
energy.
on.
Ooh, slammer.
She has too much energy. That's the problem. We need to calm her down in the diary room. Let's get her to talk it out a little.
I do feel like I'm getting some energy here of like Hannah and Azah taking working together on this one.
That's
Sarah
what we
and
wanted.
Britini, which I don't love the optics of that, but
I don't like. Oh yeah, you're right. The optics might be bad, but I can see those those personalities.
I could see that actually happening.
Yeah, Hannah said she loved Bridget and Bridget. What is wrong with me? She loved Bayley and Davon.
Oh yeah.
So
maybe that's what
very much that right now is what we're getting.
We love that energy.
And then with Britini being so high energy, positive, and Sarah being quirky, Comic-Con, like nails, I could see them definitely maybe.
Oh, she just eliminated
Sarah
herself.
Almost getting thrown out. No, she got thrown all the way across the ring.
Oh,
and
wow.
Okay,
Sarah. Looks like maybe she's like a Sam type where any adversity and she's gonna
just buckle.
Oh,
yeah.
And then we're seeing a lot of like curb stomping.
We might see some curb stomping. Speaking of Sam. Not
Hannah's
this.
Been eliminated.
What just happened to Hannah?
By Britini.
Okay, let's go, Azah.
Okay, this isn't great. So
kick her out. Curb stomping.
Get Sarah out.
Women working together.
Yeah, get her.
Britini and Azah are working.
Get Sarah out.
Working.
Get Sarah out.
Okay, so Sarah saved herself there.
Oh my God. Sarah was on the brink. Sarah was on the brink and she saved herself.
And it does seem like Azah is fighting an uphill battle here, but you know what? It's every woman for themselves.
It is. It's every woman for
and
themselves.
Thinking about breaking this down, so we have Sarah. Oh, wait, we might see Azah. No? We're seeing Azah get knocked down.
Azah's getting ragdolled a little bit.
Okay, Sarah needs to close
Sarah,
seal
thank
the
you.
deal here.
Let's these two fight. Azah, go take a break.
Whitney and Sarah are now going at it.
Let them.
Ooh.
This is also a good Big Brother strategy when a fight is happening.
Ooh, we did just see Britini get taken out.
Right,
and it looks like the final two women are going to be Azah.
Oh my God.
Azah and
Sarah back. Let's go.
Who would have known that Sarah would make it this far?
Listen, Sarah's a forensic scientist, right? So so she knows exactly how to get the human body to do what.
She does. Yeah. I feel like she just knows like about dead bodies.
Well, she knows how to get you there.
She's a forensic chemist.
She's a chemist? Okay, just kidding.
Yeah. So she can tell you what you ate. I don't know. But I know. What I don't, because I don't think anybody's gonna be on drugs in the house. So
I really hope not.
Oh yeah, the drugs are another thing. That's what they taught me about in my forensic science class in 11th. Oh,
all right.
Come on, Azah.
Fall there onto the ropes. And
Azah,
one of them needs to throw the other out.
Who will be the Rob G. Otis? Here.
That was Hannah. We
see Sarah.
Okay.
Azah yes, Mari
picking up the win and full of tears. Sasha Banks, her proxy is all about just in tears, and she has the championship, the BB23 Women's Winner Pick Championship, which is marked with images of the women's wrestlers who came before her, and wow.
Amazing! You made that title match.
I made it all look.
That is awesome.
Had to happen. It had to happen. We need another. I feel like we need to see Derek versus Azah in like some kind of match to figure this out. This might be a poll that we have to do to figure out who's going to be the actual winner. But how do you feel about the winners? Obviously, we're happy about Azah.
Let's say that if they're the final two. Give it to me. Please.
We're winning. If they're the final two, we're winning. Like, let's not forget. Yes.
Let's go.
A person of color is winning. Period.
I don't like how that first battle royal went. I want Derek to make it far. I wouldn't be surprised though if that doesn't happen. Just history and things, how we've, you know how it is. You know how it is. Man. Somehow everyone's gonna end up being really racist. I don't know.
They'll be like, I don't know what it is about these 3 people of color that I really I don't connect with them.
Actually, that would be really interesting to see, like on this season, how much of that stuff like that we still get, like that type of mindset, because casting is still casting. Like casting will casting. Honestly, let's hope that these are all very inclusive people who support, who want to see. Oh God, she's like, we know. This might be.
We're gonna hope. We will hope, because I'm gonna get, I'm sure, a lot of mean tweets after this. But listen, I've seen a lot. Okay, I've been there, done that.
Yes, we're all jaded,
and I'm tired of it.
So fun. Thank you if you stayed this long to see the simulation. You can catch, I'm pretty sure the 3 of us will be doing some sort of BB23 coverage in the future. So just keep a lookout. Follow us on all of our social media so you know when you can find us on your favorite RHAP podcast. So other than that, I'll see you next week, Matt. And thank you so much, Sasha.
Thank you.
Bye,
thank
everybody.
you so much.